Red cup in hand, smooth as the night. Tim's got the voice setting the vibe just right. Sin shaking truth with a twist of flair. Z and Sal dropping wisdom flowing through the air. Raise it high, it's Red Cup Wednesday. Cigars lit and the world fades away. Pour the stories, watch the spirit sway. This is where the culture comes to play. A smoke-filled room where legends breathe, discussing cigars like roots to a tree, crafting the tales while the whiskey gleams.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to this week's episode of Red Cup Wednesday. All right, man, so we ready to get into the night. We're back to the midweek vibe. Martin, majority of the crew is on here tonight. I know we're going to have a couple of them come on a little bit later on. They're probably out there running around, getting gas. What the case may be. But y'all know how we do. We're back. So let me go ahead and get this thing started. Hey, he's always on time. He's always the first one to show up. You know, your favorite everything. The only, Mr. Cigar, Ed Green.
It is what it is. You got that right. You know I'm always on time. See, that's that Army mentality. You know, we always on time. You know, if you're 15 minutes early, you're still late. So you know I'm always on time. You know, so that's what's up. But what's up, everybody? I'm here. Your favorite everything.
You done? Cool. Hail from Detroit. The one, the only. Hollywood, pretty well puffin'.
Hey, everybody. Happy to be here. Happy Red Cup Wednesday. And welcome to our guest.
Hollywood got a sun head on like she got the sun in the house.
Mm-hmm. All she needs is them little fans in it to keep her cold.
It's raining outside, so I throw a hat on.
It's raining real bad here.
Hey, and the guy that always brings us, the grown smoke business, Red Cup Theory, drunk he gonna fry got the chicken wings frying right now. My man, Z, grown smoke business, Red Cup Theory. What up, Z?
What up, though?
What up, dude?
How you doing, man? Hey, man, Ed retired, man. He ain't got shit to do, so he gonna be on time.
Hey, anybody respond to a text 4:30 in the morning? You know they ain't got nothing to do.
What the hell you doing being on at 4:30 in the morning? Goddamn way.
First of all, I was up checking my text messages and I seen your ass response, so I responded back.
What's up, Ed? Man, you got a new phone. You coming in crystal clear tonight, boy. That boy they cleaned the glass. You see him? Boy, look at it. Man. You got a filter? You got a filter on. I ain't got no filter on mine, man.
Hey, man, hold up, man. Hold up, man. We done got a party yet. Hold up, man.
He got the sun gleaming in on him and everything.
I feel like Steve Harvey at the Hoodie Awards. Welcome to the hoodie. All right,
I'm ready to get to it.
Let's get it, baby. Hey, man. So, we're here tonight to hang out with a gentleman that I've been talking to for some time now. Who has great product, wealth of knowledge. Every time I talk to him, man, I just get like I find out so much more that I don't know and realize, oh man, I can be doing this, doing that. And truly good guy. I'm glad he's hanging out with us tonight. Hey, the one, the only, Mr. Antonio Washington, Tony Selenne Cigars. Welcome to the show, Tony.
Hey, welcome. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody who tuned in. I hope we have a good show today. Been trying to get me on here for the longest, so I'm here now. Let's do it.
And by the way, Tony, right now, y'all, he's in the DR, so Tony got like 7 houses. He got like 2 down there, one here, one there. So, but yeah, he's home today. He's in the DR. He's home. So those that's tuning in, man, like I said, it's gonna be a lot of good stuff to drop in. So please make sure we ask questions and everything. So, Tony, this is the part where I tend to shut up for a minute and I let Z or Ed or Hollywood go through what we're gonna get started drinking and smoking on, and after that we'll run from there, brother.
Yeah, welcome to the show, sir.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate it.
Cup Theory. So we start the show with basically what everybody's smoking and drinking. Since you are the guest for the night, you let us know what you're smoking and drinking out there in the DR.
All right, well, right now, I'm coming here. I'm live on top of my roof. There's a beautiful night here. So I decided to smoke the Black Dragon from Selenne Cigars. This is 56 by 6.5. A nice Maduro medium plus, medium mostly full cigar. One of our best sellers. And this is what I'm going to smoke tonight while I talk with you guys. I am drinking marijuana. I don't know if you guys can see that. Now, they got a few nicknames for this. Some people call it the Dominican Viagra or whatever, but this is a Caribbean drink, mostly in the Dominican Republic. They make it with a bunch of herbs on top of rum or whiskey. So that's what I'm drinking tonight. I want to spice.
Nice. All right. So for myself, man, I've been in the lounge all day today, the last 7 days. So I'm drinking rum and Coke right now, man. I'm just chilling tonight. I probably not smoking. If I do get to smoke, it'll be I'll let y'all know when I'm smoking later out of my humidor. But right now I'm chilling, man. I've been smoking all day today. So pretty wild puffing. What you smoking and drinking tonight?
So hey Tony, welcome to the show. I am I work at Casa di Monte Cristo here in Michigan, and today we got in the Amar by AJ Fernandez, and I'm smoking the Robusto. I haven't gotten the taste yet for my palate to let you know, but I'll let you know at the end what I think of it. I am drinking vodka and some peach juice. So vodka.
Ed Green.
Well, okay. Well, I'm drinking on my normal. I'm drinking on my Johnny Walker Black. Matter of fact, it's the last little bit. I'm finishing off the bottle, and I'm smoking on one of my very own Prestige.
All right. Cloud Bros. Sin chimed in.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
What you smoking and drinking, Sam? What up, though?
What up, though? I am smoking the Red Dragon by Selenne Cigars.
Nice.
And I am drinking 10-1 rum tonight.
Cool. Cigarologist, what you got, sir?
Well, I'm glad I didn't wear my damn Guns of Cigar Red damn t-shirt.
I'll go put my blue one on.
I'm glad. So and I'm glad I'm not smoking the Red Dragon because I'm smoking the Blue Dragon.
Right.
I mean,
I'm also drinking rum.
Okay.
I mean, I got them all, so.
So me and Sam, we hang out with each other too damn much.
Oh man,
way too much.
Hey, you know, Sam be on it, man.
Yeah, so we hang out with each other. But I do got a Black Dragon on standby. So what? So let's go, baby. Let's go. All right, who got it?
We're gonna let Sam have it. He just got here.
Yeah.
You gonna let me have it? I just got here.
Yes, sir.
All right, so Tony, go ahead and tell us about Selenne Cigars.
Okay, look, before I do that, my wife just walked up here, and I can't start without introducing my better half.
Hold on, let me bring it up on the big screen. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, good evening.
How you doing?
This is my wife, Dariana. And
Miss Dariana.
All right, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome.
Another shot.
Now, Dariana is Dominican. She part of the reason we live here. So her and cigars are my main two reasons for being in this country. So me and her started together. It was supposed to be a local venture, A&D Cigars. We were just going to make cigars and sell them inside the Dominican Republic. And, we learned some lessons along the way that, and our daughter was born. Well, when we knew we were having a daughter, we figured a name. We decided to rebrand the company and name it her name, Selene. So that's where the name Selenne Cigars came from. We sold cigars in the Dominican Republic for almost 2 years before we even started selling in the United States under the Selenne Cigars brand. So And as far as what got me started in cigars, I was in the military when I had my first cigar, and so what we did a warfighter exercise. You military guys probably understand how that goes. And so we knocked it out of the box, and, the colonel gave me a cigar, and that was in 99. And I've been on cigars ever since. And so I had the dream that I wanted a cigar lounge. And, and then, what, let's take it one step further. Let's start a brand. And so that's what the initial idea came into my head. And we had a brokerage at the time, a freight brokerage, and we were doing well, and so we had some extra cash, and we decided to invest it in cigars, and that's 7 years, and still going. So that's our cigar story. You'll hear bits, a little, more bits and pieces. We'll fill it in as it go. I know you guys just don't want to hear me talk, so we'll fill in little bits and pieces of it as we go, because I want all the guys that's considering starting a cigar brand or a cigar company to know that it's not all peaches and cream. It's not for the faint of heart at all. And hopefully, you can ask some questions if you're viewing. And I can kind of, maybe stop you from making some of the mistakes that we made when we started. So if you're viewing and you have questions, or if you know someone who may be starting a cigar line and you think they may need to hear this, call them, tell them to log in, tell them to watch the show, tell them to type their questions in, and I do my best to answer them.
Right on.
I'm going to pass it back.
All right, so I did hear. So Sin said he was smoking the Red Dragon. You smoking the Black Dragon. I think Tim smoking the Blue Dragon. So give us the selection of cigars that you actually have. I'm not familiar with the brand, but we're here to learn. So outside of the Dragon, what else do you guys have?
Well, that is a great question, because we have 4 dragons. We have the Red Dragon, the Blue, the Black, and the Gold Dragon. But our newest cigar that we're launching now is the America 250, and this is the commemorative cigar for the 250th anniversary of the United States. I don't know if you can see it, but it's
big screen. Hold it up one more time. Tim gonna get you on the big screen with that.
All right, hang on here. It kind of got jumbled around, but I think my light playing games with me. But
okay.
And I'll hold the cigar up. I think the light is
when you hold it back to you, it looks to your chest area. Look,
hold it back a little bit.
See it better when you hold it right there, and hold the box back to your chest area. Open it up and hold it back to your chest area, and we can see it. Okay, like that.
There we go.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah. Now bring it down. Bring it down. There you go. There you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So America, 250 years. So what inspired that outside of it being 250 years?
Well, I'm a military guy. I love military. I love America. So when I realized it was a quincentennial, I said, you know what? I'm gonna make a cigar to commemorate it. So when we designed that America 250 cigar, the first thing that came into my head was that I needed to make a cigar that everyone could smoke, not too strong, not too mild. So if this is your first cigar experience, because some people are gonna pick it up just because it's commemorative. So if you notice that nice golden Habano wrapper, this cigar is super creamy. It's a mild cigar. It's we built it with this Habano wrapper. We use an Olor Dominicano binder, and we use it's very little Lajero in here. This cigar is made for taste. You can enjoy it. It's a great cigar. It's a cigar you can give away. You can smoke. So when you out on your 4th of July parties and stuff, I mean, smoke two or three of these that day. It won't ruin your day, you know. But that's what inspired it. I just wanted to do something. The actual line that it's under is called Veterans Tribute, and at the end of the year, we're gonna make one for the Army. We're not gonna make it for the Army, but
I say who?
Yeah, we're not gonna make it for the Army, but it's gonna be commemorative for the U.S. Army, and and then we'll do each armed force, over the years. But we'll say the Marines for last.
Army comes first. Yeah.
Hey, don't feel bad, man. He had to start with one dragon. He started with one colored dragon. Maybe don't worry about it. He gonna get to you.
Well, we started. Yeah, we started. We started with a signature. That was our first cigar, and then we had a dragon with a sweet tip, and that's how we brought the dragon out. And then I thought about it. I was like, I want to make a serious cigar. I don't want the sweet tips, the gimmicks, or none of that. Right. And so we made a serious cigar for the America 250, and the rest of the Veterans Tribute will be serious until we get to the Marines, and I think we'll just throw something together for that. Maybe if we got some tobacco laying around the shop or something, we'll do the Marines cigar.
Hey, this will be by far the shortest Red Cup Wednesday we have ever done. Shortest, about to shut the studio down. So Tony, back up real quick. I know we got a couple of things, man, that we lined out that we want to go through, but I know you mentioned earlier when you got into putting your blend and everything together. What was it like for you in the beginning? And I know I said we got some others we'll get to, but I want to know what was it like for you in the beginning, because when I talked to you about a couple of weeks back, you showed me like a little small factory that you have. So let's go to the beginning of Selenne, and let's get to now, and then we can tap into. And I'm about to say Sayoni. Did I get it right?
Sayoni, right?
Sayoni. So yeah. So let's go back from the beginning. Let's take it back and then we can get to Sayoni.
Okay. Well, in all honesty, I came out in the beginning with the right motivation and the wrong plan. I thought, just like everybody else, I could just come in and do some things with cigars, right? So I made a big investment up front, we leased the space and we bought all this equipment, and we were going to go in and just, and have ourselves a factory. It didn't work. I hemorrhaged money for the first 3 years. It just, the sales just wasn't enough. I didn't understand the production and what went into the production. And I learned a lot of costly lessons along the way. So about at that 3-year mark, I was at the point where I was either going to go out of business or have to, rethink this thing. So I met a guy that owned the factory. And I was actually looking for a guy to buy my molds for my cigars when I met him. And, he was having some trouble because he was just reaching the U.S. market. And so me and him decided to go in together. So my biggest advice to guys is don't run out and try to have a factory or claim that you have a factory. I mean, I have a great partnership in a factory now. It's more of it's not just a make cigars and pay. It's an actual partnership where I'm actually invested in this factory, and that is the better way. So when you guys go out and you guys think you want to start a cigar line, don't. If you understand economics, and I understood economics and commerce, and I don't know why I thought the cigars were so easy that I could just cheat and start from the top. But most products aren't made by the people whose name is on the product. And that's the biggest thing you have to, and don't let people shame you into thinking that, if you don't have a factory, you know what? You would be surprised how many cigars you see in your local humidor that's not made by that company, even the big companies. I'm not going to call the names on here, but even some of the larger companies that you would think had factories, they don't. They have partnerships. Some of them just have sales deals. So I don't know if I'm getting off track here, but that's
you good.
That's the way you want to go into it. You want to try to have influence on your cigar. You want to have some influence on your brand, because it makes no sense to have a cigar that you can't sell. So go in, don't be lazy. Go in, design you a cigar, in the beginning, and get you a product that you can sell, being at a reasonable price to market, and and a blend that people are going to buy. So get you a product that you can sell, get some practice selling, and then invest more and more. If you decide you want to buy your own factory, that's fine. But I'm here to tell you, this cigar industry is segmented. You have growers, and that's what they do. They grow tobacco. And you have factories. That's what they do. They make cigars. That's all they do. They're not interested in distribution or sales or anything. And then, you have your companies that actually sell cigars. So stay in your lane, practice selling, and then if you learn the factory, the production, because it's a lot, even though these things are made by hand, I mean, a lot goes into this, from the purchasing of tobacco to the times of year to the hiring of personnel. A lot goes into this before this product actually reaches the market in the U.S. And it's not something that you're going to learn in a week or a month or a year. I learn every day. I sit down with my partner and we talk about things, and I learn every day. And every day when I speak to him, every day when we talk, I realize that I made the right decision by not trying to just boast that I have a factory. The correct decision was to get a good partnership with a factory. And anybody that tells you different, tell them to prove it. So don't go out and just spend your money recklessly, trying to do things. And don't go out and say you have a factory if you don't, because Gas has been around in it, especially on this end. It's between here and my factory, it's probably 250 factories. So you can't fool people like you have a factory. You can't be out of place in the United States saying you have a factory in the DR. Even with a partner, I still spend the majority of my time here in the Dominican Republic, because there's still things that need my attention. So you can't run a factory from another country. Believe me, I tried it. It's impossible. So that's a little advice I'm giving people that's considering starting a line. Now, in giving that advice, we actually offer services where we produce white label cigars for people at reasonable prices, where they can still be profitable in the U.S. markets. If you're afraid to start there, then maybe you should reconsider starting at all. Does that pretty much answer the question you was asking, or did I go too far off base?
Oh no, you good. You good. It does, because we talked before. A lot of we talked, and that's one of the reasons why Tim here doesn't have a because there's a lot of logistics behind it that I don't think I'm not quite ready for just yet. And the more I talk to you, the more more information I get, which will be able to make me up a sound decision. So and a lot of folks understand it when it comes to getting cigars. Because we talked before, they like this, and I say it. Y'all know I say what I want to say when I want to say it. People buying cigars and throwing labels on them. And the white, but we'll touch that. We're gonna get to the white label people. But that's stuff that people need to hear. Now, I didn't. So I know there's factories in DR all over the place, but when you said between your factory and your home, there's about 250.
At least, right.
So are these like family? Are these all like family owned? Because again, I haven't been to the DR yet, and I think I'll be going here real soon. If I do go, I'll be giving you a call, and I definitely give you a call. But are these all like family owned? These small factories? What's the setup in the size of these factories?
It's a little bit of both. You have your big behind me right over here is well, it's not a premium cigar, but the Philly factory is there. Um, LFD is probably a quarter mile from me. La Aurora is right there, probably within an eighth of a mile. I pass all of these guys every morning, and then you have your guys that's pretty much working in a garage, but they're actually it doesn't take a lot of equipment to have a cigar factory.
Right.
It takes more knowledge than anything. One guy could roll 250. One team can roll 250 to 300 cigars a day. So just think, if you got 4 teams there, I mean, you can produce more cigars than you're going to sell initially without a name anyway. So you have your mom and pop factories, and then you have your huge, international factories. These guys, I think, Arturo Fuente makes about 300,000 cigars a day, or something like that. 150 to 300,000 a day. That's a lot of cigars. So,
Yeah.
but they ship all over the world. Then you have guys that make cigars just for tourists or to sell on the beach, or maybe they have some contracts in some local stores or whatever. So it's everything, man. When you come and visit me, we'll ride down the street and you'll just see factory, 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 factory. And not just on that street. The whole Tamboril, the whole Shabelle Valley, basically. Navarrete, from Navarrete down to La Vega is all cigar, cigar world. And then when you get a little further out towards Esperanza, that's all the agriculture. That's where most of your your large farms are. Some of them are here in the Zona Franca, which is the free trade area. So some large farms are here. But this whole valley, that number one product in this valley is tobacco. And when you get outside, sugar cane and other agricultural products. But in this area here, it's all tobacco. But it is segmented. Guys stay in their lane. A lot of the large factories, they may say, okay, we grow our own tobacco. But most of the time, that means that they have a contract with a farmer, and and they're leasing their land, and they're providing maybe the crops or whatever. You take your big ones like Davidoff. Davidoff, most of the farmers in Esperanza are contracted to Davidoff. Doesn't mean Davidoff owns the farm, but they only grow his products. They only grow his tobacco. And I think Fuente has some setups like that, and some other people. But is that somebody trying to call me to tell me to shut up, or? But they say, hey man, don't tell them everything. So, but it's all segmented. So when you come here, if you guys ever come to visit the DR, whether you come to visit me or not, if I'm here, give me a call, and I can show you some of the different areas where they grow tobacco. Then I can show you a bunch of the factories that make it, a bunch of the warehouses that just buy tobacco from the growers and sell it to factories. The middlemen, the brokers. So it's a big industry. I think the market share was something like $7.62 billion dollars just coming into the U.S. market from the Dominican Republic. So wow. It's a large industry, right? And for the last 8 to 10 years, it's been increasing between 4% and 6% every year. So wow. It's only as more smokers enter the markets, the market share rises. Female smokers, they're not. It used to be like 2 or 3%, and I think now it's about 13%. So it's going to grow. So if you're considering doing something in cigars, it's not a failing industry. It's not an industry that's going away anytime soon.
So, and y'all heard what he said. When I come down and visit, that we gonna ride up and down the street on some of the things. He didn't say, hey, when you come down. He said, when I come down, that we gonna ride
He just said when y'all. He said when y'all.
At first he said when you come down. Yeah, you gonna start with me early in the show. I'm just gonna finish it early, goddammit. Yeah, start with me.
Oh man, so, it's enough Dominican Republic for everybody.
There you go.
There you go.
Except for Ed Green. All right.
I like that big dragon in the back, man. My little banners, I got to move my stuff around. I'm going to log off and try to make my banner big. You know what I mean? My little banner's making me feel bad. He got the big dragon in the back. You know what I mean? I need, who made that dragon?
So we got Stony. We got Stony 268. Yeah, we got Stony 268 said he loves the black dragons. He or she said he loves the black dragons.
Stony 268. Do I know that username?
Hey, I don't know.
You know what? If I don't know the username, then I definitely thank him for loving the black dragon. And you know what? Stony 368 or 268. Tim has a promo code that's out right now. So now's a great time to buy you some of those black dragons.
And that promo code is tonight. Cigarologist for Cigarologist as the promo code. If you get a very big order, Tony got something else for you if you go big tonight. Okay. So I keep messing the name of Seone.
Seone.
Hey, look, Tony,
that's my wife's middle name, man. And when you said it wrong, she moved the line a little bit.
This is the last time I'm saying it. I ain't gonna say it no more. I'm a country boy from South Carolina with a little education, so I ain't gonna say nothing else. I'm gonna say the name, start with S. I'm leaving it alone because I don't want to come down there and she beat me up when I get down there. So I'm leaving it alone.
You know, he's a Marine. They can't read too well. You know,
can't weed. Come on now, Ed.
No, I said it like that. They can't weed.
Can't weed.
I think if they just answer, if they can answer their name, then they can get in the Marines. I don't think the bar is that high.
Hey Tony, I just muted Ed. Don't make me mute your ass too. And for those of y'all don't know, I scored 89 on the ASVAB. All right, so go to hell, every last one of y'all. All right.
That's an 89 for the Marines. That's all.
Negative Ghost Rider. Negative Ghost Rider.
I believe he remembered what he scored. That's what I'm like. Do you remember?
I had a lot of options. I was one of the smart ones. Get that right.
Wait a minute. You say you're one of the smart ones and you scored.
Tony, man, let's get back to talking about this other damn virtual lounge you got, man.
You chose to go into the Marines?
Right.
Oh,
you weren't too smart.
Yeah, I don't know if you were thinking that day. We take a lot of noise, but we all brothers.
Right. So Tim, I think you were alluding to the Seone virtual lounge.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, y'all took my question.
Okay. Now, this Seone's virtual cigar lounge. Now, this is my pet project. It's out. You guys log in, create you a username. This is something that's going to get around because what's going to happen eventually, you won't be able to, as they keep tightening the rules, you won't be able to be on social media with cigar talk and tobacco talk. They're already restricted. They do things with the algorithms if they don't promote your page, and So now in their defense, they're not doing it because of hatred of cigars. I mean, these guys are getting fined heavily because a social media platform like Facebook or TikTok or whatever, they don't have a way to ensure that they're only promoting to people that's over the age of 21 and people that are already interested in cigars, because the FDA has a rule that you can't, as a cigar company, you can't introduce people to cigars. You can't go out and create new cigar smokers. And so with that being said, they're kind of in a bind. So what I did was I created a platform, Seone-VCL.com. It's not social media. It's its own independent platform. It's strictly for people who are already interested in cigars and are over the age of 21. Now, when you get on the platform, you can do the same things you can do in social media. You can go live. Like a matter of fact, I was gonna go live on it tonight, but we just don't have enough users now to make it, worthwhile. But you can go live. You can send private messages. You can post videos. You can post in your feed. And I created an AI component to it called Ask Sayoni. You can go to the Ask Sayoni section and ask her any cigar or tobacco related question. And we spent a lot of time building this thing and training this thing. Now, she may not get too brand specific, but if you ask her real questions about cigar industry, cigar events, because she can pull live information and tell you about events happening, in different areas in real time. So that's any of your questions you might want to say, okay, I'm going to drink vodka like Miss Peaches tonight, and which type of cigar would I need to pair with that? Would I need a Maduro wrapper or Habano or Corojo or something? Sayoni, she's I mean, she can pair it. She can pair it. She can do it. Believe me, I've tried to trick her. So go in and play with her, ask her questions, and see if you like the answer. Also, for you guys that claim to be cigar experts, I have a cigar trivia in there. It's about 7 to 10 seconds per question. It's only 5 questions. And, just take it and see, it's all industry questions. It's nothing crazy. It's just stuff mostly about etiquette or pairing or cigar sourcing, from different countries or whatever, on tobacco sourcing. So it's just questions like that. Go in and take it. You can play it as many times as you want. It does track your score. So, and it will show other people your scores. So try to score.
You want to take the test, Tim? Go and get another 86.
Tim better not take that test.
Get an 86, Tim. Show him
an 89 on his ass, man. He should score 100 on the cigar trivia.
He took the Marine ass bad. He ain't take the military.
Negative, Ghost Rider. Don't hate it. Don't hate. Hey, what you got? 31?
Oh, shit.
What you was a cat for?
And as we build more users, the plan is it's going to be a marketing platform. You're going to be able to go in and market. You can market your company. You can drop. It's not like social media. You can actually drop your links, your prices. You can market your products how you want to market them. Now you can't sell them on the platform. We don't have someone would have to go off the platform to buy them. But because we didn't want to get involved in that. But you can actually market your products, and we're going to sell marketing space as we go. If you want to market like a page or a feature, or just have your product listed on a static wall where everybody can see it when they log in or whatever. But that's in the future. Right now we need users. We need people to log in, create accounts, play with it. Let's get the membership up, and then let's bring our cigar conversation to a place where our cigar conversation is actually wanted instead of tolerated. So that's the whole purpose behind it.
So how long this has been in place? When did you start this?
Oh, well, it took me about a year. I built the program myself. It took about a year and a couple months to get it built. We just went live on it maybe about a month and a half ago. And we didn't get a lot of traction. Everybody wants to be on those social media platforms, so we didn't get a lot of traction. But we are getting some traction, and membership is starting because it's free. It's 100% free. So the only thing you can do, the only thing that happens on that platform is networking with other people in the cigar community. So it's nothing on there you're going to have to go and pay for or anything like that. So it's just a good cigar network.
So people could go to Sion VCL and watch Red Cup Wednesday.
Yes, sir. If Tim was on there right now, he could go live and they could watch Red Cup Wednesday from right there. Tim would also be able to clip moments up to 30 seconds from the show, and he could, as many moments as he wants, and he can place them on the reel, and people can just see those moments, the highlights from the show. He can do it during the show. He could clip the moments and play some after, just however we want. So Red Cup Wednesday could actually be on there, and during that process, you could be everyone on there is over 21, so you can be grown on there. We ask that you be respectful. I mean, Tim, don't be on there in your bathrobe.
Man,
That's sin.
come on,
That's sin.
man. Hey, that's sin, man.
Whoa,
That's
whoa,
sin.
whoa, whoa,
Sin
whoa,
would be in the
man.
bathrobe.
whoa.
Sin the bathrobe
You know,
guy, man. I ain't the bathrobe guy. Hey, but I'm in the waiting queue, man. I signed up. I'm in the queue, so I get.
Hey, Tim would be in his wife
What's up,
be
man?
there and whistle. That's what it'd be.
Hey, so I've been
say, I smoke cigars.
because Tony, I got
as you get
go ahead.
squeezed out of social media, more and more people are going to come to the site because they're going to keep restricting you till it's not going to be worth being on there.
Yeah, it's gonna be a nice chokehold. I mean, because you introduced me to the site when I got a chance to meet you, Tony. Yeah, sir. Can you hear me? You guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah, so you introduced me to the site when I met with you, man, and I thought it was a brilliant idea because it'll give us a safe space, where we can go and with like minds enjoy it without having to worry about going through your feed, trying to find different reels from other people, that are doing XYZ, not cigar related, it'll distract you. But here you can do it all there, uninterrupted. So I think that's a dope idea.
And so, and to your point,
and
I say when it comes to social media, a lot of people now is really banking on, the amount of money that they can make from all these meta platforms and everything. But to your point, it's gonna come to one to where, hey, they truly gonna start shutting this stuff down because I've got notifications, that your page is no longer being I forgot the word, no longer being marketed or promoted or whatnot. And it's because it's cigar related, and I gotta with what I do, I definitely gotta look at another avenue. So this I think this will be a good thing, and as I continue to work on my website, I like to get them RSS feeds and everything set up, to where I have it to where I broadcast directly from my website, and that's still in the works. But to your point, I think a lot of people understand that eventually after a while. This is all, when it comes to tobacco-related products, even alcohol, it's going to be blocked out. And at that point, what do you do then besides, you worry about every time you take a picture with a cigar or whatever, somebody, you blocked out from, doing what you're supposed to, your page is restricted or your page is shut down completely. Now you done lost, 3, 4, 5,000, 10,000 followers because of what you, because of that. So, there's definitely be a different marketing niche for people that's looking at this long term and definitely be able to keep this up intact.
To your point, Tim,
Right, and when you do it on social media. Go ahead, I apologize.
No, I was just going to add to Tim's point that there's a disclaimer that you have to put at every post that's cigar related or tobacco that you have to be 21 or older, because they said that to my page as well, that they're not offering viewers under the age of 18. And so with that being said, it restricts you from things. But at each of my posts, if I have a cigar and I'm promoting anything about that's cigar related, I put that disclaimer. And I can send it to you, Tim, because you're going to have to add that so that they'll lift that restriction, because you've noted it. It's just like you're saying, I don't own the rights to the music that's playing in the post as well.
Right.
But on the social media, the thing is, even when you write the disclaimer, there's no way to stop an 18-year-old or 15-year-old or 12-year-old from seeing the ad. And so in my site, there's no 18 and 12 and 15-year-olds on the site. So that's the thing, and that's the problem that they have. They don't have a way to restrict your page to just adults. Now, I remember when I first set up my Selenne Cigars page, you could go and you could click a button to say, 18 of a adult or whatever. But I don't think that goes to 21. I think that's at 18. And if you have a cigar company or you're making money in the cigar world, you don't want the FDA on you about marketing to minors. Even if you have a retail store, you definitely, you don't want to market to minors. So what when they limit your distribution like that, that hurts you. Now, and look at it from the other side. If you're going to make an ad and you're going to put it out there, when you put it on Facebook, that's a shot in the dark. You can't boost it because it's cigar related. So that kills you right there. But even if you could, some guy in New Zealand clicking, or in China or Russia clicking on that ad does you no good. But if you're on a page that's only comprised of cigar users that are the appropriate age, everyone that sees that ad is in your target demographic for your sales. So it's not a shot in the dark anymore. It's, hey, it's not if a cigar user is going to see my ad. It's how many cigar users are going to see my ad.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, and to that point, like you were saying initially, that's why we never see TV ads for cigarettes or cigars or anything like that. And then, so Facebook, like you said, doesn't allow you to boost. You can't, but you basically can't do an ad, right? You can post on your social media as a regular post, but you cannot advertise it technically. I ran into those issues doing Grown Smoke Business shirts, the one that Tim has on. I would make the shirt. I would have a cigar on it. I said, okay, let me, spend a couple of dollars and boost the ad. No.
Right. And even if you could boost it, they probably save you money anyway, because Facebook doesn't control the distribution. Someone in Australia you're paying for clicks. So the person that's clicking on your ad may be, in another country, or someone who just clicked on it. Those clicks, if you look at social media marketing, most companies are saying that they're not getting their money's worth out of social media marketing because it's a shot in the dark, They're going to get you the clicks. They're going to push your ad to everyone. So they'll get you the clicks. You'll use whatever budget that you set up in your ad. You'll use it all, but you won't see the sales that coincide with that attention. So, right. I mean, maybe if you're in certain niche markets, maybe so, but for the most part, if you look at marketing trends, most companies are looking for other ways besides social media marketing.
True. And it's just like, if you watch, I don't know if you watch all, like, you catch beer commercials or whatnot. They only they show the beer. They never show anybody drinking the beer.
Right.
You can't drink beer. You can't. So you never show anybody drinking the beer. So all the time you truly see people smoking cigars on, because like this NBA championship when you walk in the damn stadium, the arena smoking the hell cigars. So, but you don't ever see it. So again, back to your point, with the virtual lounge that you're creating, that is a good this could be a good avenue, and I'm going to tap into it. I really am. Because I see where this thing is going, and I'll be honest. Sometimes I get tired. When I post on social media, I post for what I'm doing. It's another. I may scroll and this, but if once I'm done posting what I need to post, I'm pretty much done. I just put my phone down and done. I may watch some Cops or some Live PD or something like that. So and that's what I end up doing. Or sit around and smoke cigars. But again, I think that's a good idea. I think it's great to have it. And again, I'm going to put it out there to the public. Say, get on this, because it's going to be a good tool. It's going to definitely be a good marketing tool. It's supposed to be able to get to talk to each other, have a conversation, meet people within inside their lounge, man. So,
you can add your prices. You'll be able to add your prices. People won't have to guess, how much. Especially if you're a cigar company, you can say this Red Dragon costs X amount of dollars. You can post on Facebook all day. You put some prices on there, they're gonna block you. So You can show yourself smoking, you can have videos, but when you start adding prices and call to actions for actually buying the product, that's when you get in trouble on the social media apps. But on my app, since it's all industry oriented anyway, you can advertise your prices and places you can buy them, and you can put links on there to your site. If you have a website, you can put a link on there, and they can go to your website and buy it right there. And we're not gonna shut people down. It's a brand neutral site. That's why we didn't name it Selene. We want I want to do things for this is downside of living in the Dominican Republic. Every time somebody walk down the street, all the dogs bark. So, but I want to help all companies. I want to do things that are innovative in the cigar industry. So that is not a Selene page. That's why we named it Sayoni. We welcome all cigar, companies. If you want to have a page and promote your product, go ahead and do it. We can. I think right now with the on our back end server, we can take up to 150,000 users before we have to go to a different size. So come on, we're open.
Nice.
I think that'll be the great migration for our cigar culture because it'll give us our own platform, and I think that's what needs to happen. Across the board, everybody just in the cigar industry leave Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and just go over to Sayoni because we can do what we need to do there instead of having to play with the restrictions, dance around all these different algorithms and stuff. I think it'll be perfect for where the culture needs to go.
I think so too. And Facebook and Instagram won't be mad at you because they actually want you to leave anyway, but they don't want to alienate you like that because they can slap with these fines. You see them in Senate hearings and stuff, and Zuckerberg sitting there answering all these questions. They have to answer for that. So they would love if you didn't post cigars on their site.
Makes sense. So we help on top on that white label.
Say again.
White label.
Okay. See, man, you pivoted so hard there, I almost bit my tongue.
Hey man, look, I'm just trying to keep it timed. I got a ticker every time I start. Not just playing.
Hey, Tony, before you get to the white labeling, I will say that I've had the blue dragon and the gold dragon, but the red dragon is my favorite so far.
I don't even know. I think it depends on what mood I'm in with these dragons. Because sometimes I would say, hey, the black dragon is my favorite. And then, for a week or so, I'll smoke nothing but blue dragons, So I think as you smoke more and more, I think that's going to just change based on your mood. But if you like the red and the black and the blue, the gold may not be in your favorite list because it's the mildest of the bunch. And if you're a real smoker, sometimes you want something with a little strength, with a little bit more nicotine. But but I don't know. I smoke the golds too, so I guess it's hard to say. I think I smoke more black and blues than anything.
So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say that I'm probably lame as hell for saying it. Hey man, next time I smoke a dragon, I'm gonna watch The Last Dragon while I'm smoking.
You gonna watch Bruce Leroy?
watch a little Bruce Leroy while I'm smoking that guy.
Hey, you know what was funny, Tim? So when I met Tony and then he gave me the box with the dragons, and I was like, you know what? I already got a song in mind for this. I was into my Drew Hill and my Cisco. I was like,
no.
Oh Lord.
And so no. So I immediately went straight to that because I just correlation just ran quick. So I was like, as soon as I said it, like, I got a reel already in mind for it. Got the music for it and all.
So with the dragons, man, when I first talked to you, Tony, we started talking about the dragons and everything. I will tell you, all those sides, I'm a geek, and I love the damn Game of Thrones. And I'm a Game of Thrones fan. And when it's the dragons, man, I was like, dragons, Game of Thrones. If I sit back, I could sit back with these cigars. Kid you not, It's on my back. See, there you go. There he go. There he go. Every time somebody talk about Marciano. Every time somebody talk about boxing, I got to bring a Rocky Marciano.
Oh, man, that thing is beautiful. I tell you what, while this show is going on, if you order tonight while this show is going on and you spend more than $100, we will send you one of these $20 Selenne Cigars Dragon tumblers with all 4 dragons on there. It has it's the Dragon family on there. It's a great tumbler. It's aluminum. Maybe I shouldn't say that word while I'm drinking, but
so that's the last time. That's the last time I introduced Sin to anybody.
This guy Sin makes better promos for my products than I do. So I don't know. I've been trying to shoot him emails and texts and just like, hey man, when you migrate over from World Cup Wednesday, maybe you just go in the promo market for me, man. So hey, I said
I'm not still my host, Tony. Not still my host, man.
Man. Back to back.
Well, that's my thing. I promote everybody's brand like that. I even do my own too. But for a while, like I told you, Tony, it's like I was promoting everybody else's stuff before my own, because I was just getting a bunch of stuff from people from the shows and stuff. So I'd order from everybody, and I throw them a dope reel, to push the brand. That's what we do on Red Cup Wednesday.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I tried to give some love back. So we went up to the top of the mountain. And I took his, when I met the brother, he gave me so many cigars. I said, well, maybe I just shut the factory down for a little while, But I took his Perfecto up to the top of the mountain and smoked it, and I sent him some images. I mean, I don't know if it was the altitude up there, but I was getting a little jealous. I was like, hey man, this need to be my cigar.
He had the blizzard at the top of the mountain.
The rights to this, huh?
Yeah, he had the blizzard at the top of the mountain.
What was the name of that Perfecto?
You had the blizzard. That was my anniversary cigar.
You guys need to check that out.
So when I was talking to Tony, it was a couple of Thursdays ago, and then when he told me where he was, I said, damn, I gotta link you up with man Sin. And then I hit Sin, and then Sin, and then they went over, they linked up y'all and they talked. And I said, well, how'd it go? And Sin was like, great. I said, did you get a whole lot? He said, I got a lot of information. I said, how long y'all sit there? About 3 hours. I said, I knew that was gonna happen. I said, because when Tony started dropping knowledge, hey, Tony get passionate about the knowledge that he dropped. And that's why I wanted him tonight, man, because it's good to be able to talk to somebody who's passionate about what they do. And and that's that. And it takes a lot of passion to have this, and you got it. And that's why I said I wanted y'all to talk and link up, and Sin was like, man, I'm about to drop this dope ass reel, but it's like, shit, man, look, wait a minute, let me drop me a damn reel or whatnot. So don't worry, I got one damn coming. I got one. It ain't gonna be smooth. It's not gonna be smooth as Sin and like old rock stars or whatnot, but I got one damn coming.
I'm gonna link up with you so I get some knowledge.
Because he had the right questions, man. We covered everything from marketing promotions to product registration. We was all over the place. He had some good questions. So I was supposed to be somewhere, and man, we sat there and talked, and I missed the whole place I was supposed to be. So it
was good. So
we coming up on that hour, man. We got some bills to pay. We're gonna take a break.
Yeah, I got to. Let me pay a bill real quick. Yeah. Hey,
we'll take a break and we'll come back on. We'll come back on about the white labeling.
We'll come back on. Yeah, we'll come back on about the white label. Stand by, and here we go.
Hey, family. All right. Get ready for the next Smoky Red table with the real Smoky Red, which is me. The date is going to be June 28th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Coming to you live. Tim, the cigarologist. He's going to make this pop. We're going to have some good questions. I need some good answers. We're going to talk about some live things. Anything can pop up because it's going to be live. Live podcast. So a lot of topics, women, men, cigars, cigar lounges, new smokers, old smokers, it don't matter. I'm going to come to you live, the real cigar smokers. Listen to this. If you have a question, feel free to hit us up. I'll handle the topic on the Smoky Red Table. Again, the date is June 28th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's called the Smoky Red Table. And I am the real Smoky Red. Stay smoky.
My girl Char, y'all, aka Smoky Red Table. We'll be back here in a couple of weeks. So make sure y'all tune in. She got a lot of good stuff she gonna be dropping, she gonna be talking about. And I am very, very excited to be the guy behind the scenes, putting everything together for her. So yeah, Smoky Red Table, great conversation, real conversation in regard. And last time they talked about women in the cigar industry. And next time they probably talk about it again. So definitely tune in to the Smoky Red Table, hosted by the one, the only, my sister, Smoky Red. And we are back. We are back, y'all. White, and we're going to white label them?
Yeah. White label.
Now, the white labeling is something that I really wanted to talk about tonight because we have a few guys across the U.S. that we make cigars for. They come to us. We put a blend together for them, and they've been doing pretty well. I didn't get permission from them, so I won't throw their company names out there because they may be saying that they own a factory somewhere. So I don't want to get in that. But the white label is the way to go. You buy a factory direct. You won't just be putting a label on our brand. You'll be, we'll make a cigar for you. Now, what Tim mentioned earlier was guys going out getting a cigar, putting a ring on it. The difference in that and the white label is consistency. You will have a brand if you sell that line for 3 years, that line will stay consistent. Every time they get in, it will be the same. This would be your blend that you would be selling. It wouldn't change every time you run down and buy another 5 bundles or whatever, So that's the way you want to go. You want to buy direct from me or someone like me, and have us export them to the United States to get you in the U.S. market at a price where you can actually be profitable. Because it's no good having cigars if you can't make money off of them. So if you're going out and just buying some cigars and you're already paying wholesale price or more, or distributor level price, then that cuts you out from being able to market to lounges or stores or anything like that, because they're going to want to be at least 50% of your retail price. And so if your retail price is, let's say, $12, and you already have $6 or $7 tied up in the cigar, because everything counts. It's not just the cigar itself. You have labels, you have boxes. It's a lot of other expenses that go with the cigar. So if you quantify that out and you already at $6 or $7 a cigar, how can you sell wholesale? Now all you can do is maybe little trade fairs or events or something and try to sell everything retail. But if you come over, let us make you a brand, let us make you, design a cigar for you, get it to you at a price. Now you can take these into the lounges and promote them and try to get you some shelf space, or maybe in a store, or you can offer better sales deals. Let's say, you may maybe offer some discounts or something like that. And you don't have to sell 100% of your products, just to make half of your money back. So white labeling is definitely, and we started it because it's needed. It's needed. A lot of guys out there have a passion. They want to sell cigars, but they have they have that restriction. Where do I get them from? And at what cost will I pay for them? And you can't come out there with a brand new cigar that you put a ring on talking about you want $20 for. And so that's not going to happen. You need a cigar that's going to be good enough to keep you competitive in the market as far as pricing and as far as utility. Because no matter what the price is, if your cigar is not good, people are not gonna buy it. So definitely reach out to me if you want to do some white labeling. we have some plan. We take care of everything. If you ever seen Selene boxes, you know we pride ourselves in our box production and in our labeling. You send us your artwork, or I would love if you come here to the Dominican Republic and actually have some influence on your brand. But other than that, send us some artwork. We'll put it together for you. Um, all you have to do is pay your money and wait on your cigars. Once we make them, that's it. There's no tricks, there's no gimmicks. We want you to be successful so you can keep, ordering more of that cigar that we created for you. But if you're going out there with just bundles of cigars trying to sell, eventually you're not gonna get any traction. Maybe if people like you, maybe they'll buy some in the beginning. But marketing, you need a marketable product. And that comes with the cigar, with the packaging, everything. You need the complete package. So come to us. We'll make you the complete package, and when you start on day one, at least you would have the respect of being a cigar company. Now, that's not going to make it easier. That's not going to make it like, it's not going to be Shangri-La. Everybody going to buy your cigars because you got pretty boxes or pretty labels or good construction. You still have to do the legwork. Most people that get into this, they don't last. But the good thing is if you white label with us, I'll coach you. You can call if you're doing business with me, you can call me with your questions. You can go on Amazon and get my book. It's about 3 years old now. It's called The Hand-Rolled Empire. And it's all about how to start a cigar company. It's a lot in there about regulations. It's a lot of sales tips and tricks in there. It's a lot of, stuff to avoid, to stay away from. That's there. That's something that you can get as a guide, and that maybe that will enlighten you as to whether you should start a brand or not, because it's not easy. It's not for the faint of heart. You're going to have a product, and you're just like any other company. A company can't survive if you don't have sales. So you're going to have to find ways to go out and get sales. We'll make you a great product, so that you'll have that working for you, but you still have to put that grunt work in and go out and get those sales.
Right. So as white labeling, I want to get into kind of a deeper question. Do you guys, as a factory, kind of your point, you said, don't just go out and buy bundles, but do you guys already create some things that you don't personally sell that you can offer to people that want a white label? So is that already like a premeditated thing where you say, hey, we came up with these 10 cigars, let me send you 3 that we like, and you can buy these, versus like a person like Sam who's going to try to come out and give you exactly specifically what he thinks he wants?
No, that's a great question, and that number might be closer to about 30. We make cigars, and that we don't sell, that because we're always trying new blends. Like one of the guys that just came in on our white label, man, I was out. That cigar probably would have had one of our rings on it, by the end of the year. So we make a small bunch. It may be, 25 of them, 20, and we smoke them because, the date of their roll, it's kind of hard to tell. So we'll try them at 30 days, try them at 60 days or whatever. So when a guy comes see me, the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to point him to some of these products that we've already made and that we think they'll would do good in the market. Because when we're making these, we're not making them for potential white label. We're making them for potential Selene cigars. So if they're in there, they're sitting there. These are cigars that we think that will sell. So if you start with those, that's when you can say, hey man, I love this flavor, but it needs a little bit more strength. Or what if we change this wrapper? Or what if we did this? And now we can construct something more to your liking. But I try to advise guys too that when you're going out making a cigar, yeah, it's important that you like it, but you have to make something that you can sell. You know, guys come, hey, I want a Maduro, I want 3 times a Lajero, I want this. I'm like, hey, that's good for one segment of the cigar community. You need to, you coming out of the box, you need something that, you know, that would almost sell to everybody, you know. And so when we make cigars, that's one of the things that we keep in mind, that you don't know who is going to smoke this. So we try to advise guys, but at the end of the day, it's your money, it's your brand, and we're going to make the cigar that you want.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know we can't tell some of us something.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
That's why I was asking, but that's a good thing. And I know pretty much probably most of the factories probably do that. But like you said, if you're doing it to something potentially you would sell with your own name, but if somebody else come along, you don't mind participating in because it's coming from your factory as well.
Right, it's coming from our factory, and we don't mind. Even if it's one that we discontinued, if somebody say, "Hey, man, I want that signature, I want that one, or whatever," and if they smoke that, and I say, "Hey, we used to run this one, but we discontinued it," yeah, I mean, at that point, we're no longer using it. If you want us to allocate that to you, that's fine. Now, to your point, that all factories are probably doing it. This is the difference between boutique and large factories. We can cater to you.
Right.
We can make things. I mean, we have the time to, to satisfy you. If you go to one of these big factories, yeah, they may cater to you, but I mean, are you going to buy 20,000 cigars on your first order?
Right.
That's what you have to look at too, and at what price are you going to buy them? We're not mass producing cigars. So boutique companies, just like anything else that's boutique, we specialize on customer satisfaction. So we can tailor things to you a way that if you went to I don't want to say other cigar company's name, but a way that if you went to another cigar company, they wouldn't be able to cater to you that way. They have their way of doing business. This is what they're going to do. Either you're going to buy it or you're not going to buy it. When you buy a cigar from us, we want you to leave knowing that, hey, you got a product that you wanted, and you don't have to buy 1 million of them. We start our white label out at 2,000 cigars. And the reason 2,000 is not because, the money thing for us for making less than 2,000, because I would make a guy 500 cigars. But when you add the shipping fees, the federal cigar tax, and all of the other stuff that goes with it, you need to be at that 2,000 cigar mark in order to be able to distribute all those other fees for your boxes, your labels, into each cigar, and still be able to go to market with your product at a reasonable price. If you go in and you say, hey, man, I just want 1,000 cigars, some of these fees, some of these charges are not going to go away, but you have less cigars to spread those charges, over. So now you're going to go to market. You're going to go to market with a cigar that you're going to have to try to sell for $3 to $4 higher, just because you didn't get enough to absorb some of those other costs.
Yeah, exactly. So better to buy in bulk, right? So it's like
better to buy in bulk, right?
Yeah.
So
because you have. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Now, and I tell you what we do, and you can compare us to everybody else. We don't make money off anything but cigars. Our box prices, we have a box manufacturer that builds our boxes. When you come to us, you get our prices. You get our prices on boxes, labels, cellophane. You get our prices on everything. So the only thing that we actually make a profit of is the actual cigar that we create for you. We're not in the box business. So if our box rate hadn't changed, where it changed last year around probably around this time, but it went up a quarter, but it hadn't changed. And so when you come, you could take a great box like this and go anywhere else and you're gonna be paying $12 just for the box.
Mhm.
You know, you come to us, you're gonna get this box for the same $7.50 we pay to get it made.
Hey, let me see the box again, Tom.
Back it up.
Back it up. There you go.
There we go. Back it up, back it up, back it up.
Put it to your chest. Just put it to your chest.
Put it
There
to my
you go.
chest.
There it is. There it is. That's a nice box.
You go anywhere and get a box like this made.
Man, you should have sold them to the White House lawn the other night.
Oh man,
man, we missed opportunity, man. We in the second hour, bro. So we about to go
So
in.
let me ask this question.
Been on the White House lawn the other night.
So let me ask this question. So when a person comes to you for that cigar, they have to pay a commission fee so it can be theirs?
No, they don't pay a commission fee. They buy their products. We're just not doing that. We're gonna set a price. We're gonna set a price on the cigars, and that's what we're gonna make. We're not gonna. You're not going to have to pay extra to own your blend or whatever. If you come here and you do business with us, that's going to be your blend. We're not going to sell that blend to anyone else. Now, if you come do business with us and then you don't do business for a year, yeah, you know, we'll reach out to you and say, hey, do you still want that blend? If someone's interested in it. But you know, we're not doing all of that.
Right. Okay.
Blend that you create to be your blend. You won't meet another guy that's getting cigars from us and his cigar tastes like your cigar. They'll all be different.
Gotcha.
And they'll be yours. It's no commission because you're not using our name. That's going to be your company name on that band. It won't say Selenne Cigars anywhere.
So what is the significance of the dragons? So where did the dragon come from for Selenne?
You know,
I'm saying that because if I didn't see the American flag, I thought it was in Hong Kong or somewhere. You know, I said,
I had to keep my flag to keep me grounded, man.
Out here.
So I always had a fascination with dragons, and I think one of my platoons in the army, we were dragons or whatever. But I always had a fascination with dragons, and I'm a big Game of Thrones fan too, and not just because of the Dragon Queen, but you know, I like the rest of the people too. So, and so I just, you know, dragons breathe fire, and I remember when I used to smoke cigars and stuff, and I used to blow the smoke out, and I used to tell people I'm like a dragon, you know. So, you know, so I think having a cigar named after a line that's named after the dragon. Was probably always going to be in the books for me doing this. I like things like that. I like Greek mythology. I love, you know, we're working on a cigar called Antaeus. I don't know if you know anything about Greek mythology, but so I love things like that. So the beauty of having your own company is you can name your products whatever you want to do.
Yeah,
you know. Yeah, I mean, you see some weird cigar names out there now, but that's the beauty of it. Those guys can pick whatever name they want. But when you puffing up a cigar and that smoke is coming out, man, you don't feel like a dragon.
Well, it's funny you say that because I remember when I first got on Instagram, and that was the big trend where people were retrohaling so much smoke. It was like, you know, it's dragon smoke there, you know, it's dragon this, dragon that. And, you know, that's what they were doing, and that's what they were calling it. So, yeah, definitely. And I guess that kind of relates to me and Cloud Bros, because that's how I came up with Cloud Bros. You know, I like the way the LFD Lennox cloud came out of my mouth. It was a very thick, you know, full cloud of smoke that came out.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it. It's your company. Everybody loves a story. So, you know, name it something that you resonate with and be prepared to tell that story. I don't have a real story with the dragon. I've always been fascinated with dragons. So,
right. And it's going to relate to everybody different, because when I see the dragon and then you start saying the colors, I'm thinking Bruce Lee, you know what I mean? Tim Thought, The Last Dragon, you know, so we can all still relate to the fact that it's a dragon there. I just wanted to know what it meant to you. So.
Well, when everyone thinks about a dragon, no one thinks of a dragon as weak, right? It's always something strong and powerful or whatever. Man, did you change your banner? Your banner did get bigger in the back. Did you really go and change that banner?
No, I probably pulled the laptop up a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man, I can't be outdone. You know what I'm saying? I got to be on here every week. I can't be outdone like that.
Thank you, Tamika.
But like I say, everything has something. You know, Sayoni is my wife's middle name, and so we made those Lanceros and named them Sayoni. We made two of them, a Maduro and a Habano. You know, she wanted to make something for her female smokers, the people that would. My wife has a TikTok where she's on there every night at Selenne 1290, and so she wanted to make something, you know, for the females that follow her. So I was like, let's do it. Oh, those are our first ones. Is that green? Is that black or green on the color?
Black.
Okay, I thought those were. We started out with green labels, and I just didn't like them, and we went to black. Okay.
And the Lanceros are nice. They have a pigtail up top, and the construction is nice. The bands are beautiful. I mean, you can't knock it. This is a beautiful thing.
So you know, we named it after her. That's her product. When you guys buy Sayoni, my wife smiles because you know she's that's going directly to her. so
let's talk Sayoni for a minute. You know, and you know, I truly believe that having a spousal support is everything. How have she been, you know, in this journey, you know, with Selenne Cigars, and you know, she having a cigar that's like catered to her and catered to, you know, the Sisters of the Leaf. You know, how's this journey been with her?
Well, she loves the idea of having a cigar. She wants to spend more time in the U.S. marketing and promoting her cigar. That's something we're going to probably start doing more of, you know, maybe this fall. But I mean, my wife will sit in the lounge and smoke all night too, you know. So, but the thing is, you know, she had issues grabbing just run-of-the-mill cigars or something, you know, especially for a female. Not to say that females are lesser than male, but they get a cigar that's too strong. It ruins the whole evening. You know what I'm saying? So, and my wife has been there. She's Dominican. She's been smoking cigars for years, and she'll grab a cigar and she'll smoke it, and it'll be too much for her. You know, so she really wants to get out and promote her cigars. So when y'all see her in the lounges and places, you know, go out and support her. You know, she had built her a great cigar.
Yeah, I read Lindsay hosts Hollywood and Peaches. They smoke like body cigars. I mean, they smoke stronger. They smoke stronger cigars than we smoke. I mean, like shit, and probably retrohale and everything too. I mean, like they some OGs in the game. I mean, like damn, like, they call you. They be like, look at youngster. I'm like, shit, man, they put this shit out. They want to sit like them. I'm gonna smoke over there.
I was gonna get myself in trouble for that generalization, and I'm diminishing that women like strong cigars. But at the same time, males have had a cigar that was too strong, and they didn't appreciate it or like they should have because of the strip. So yeah, I apologize, Ms. Peaches, for that generalization. Not to say you guys aren't strong.
So you don't have to apologize. Listen to me when I say that.
No, you have guys calling Hollywood Peaches. That's
Hollywood. You got to apologize for calling Hollywood Peaches.
That's Hollywood.
Yeah, so that's Hollywood. That's not Peaches. Peaches not.
I am so sorry.
It's all good.
I said that earlier.
Just give me a minute. Let me get my foot out of my mouth here.
Hey,
blame it on alcohol. Blame it on alcohol.
We've been drinking.
Blame it on alcohol.
Right, we've been drinking. Yeah, she took it.
Blame it on this marijuana.
The Mama Juana, hey, that Mama Juana is on
send her a bottle to make up for that.
Yeah, you know what? I can't send her a bottle, but if she sends me her her address, I'll get her some Sayonis over there. And I'll get her one of these black dragons, so so she won't say to stay on it's too weak.
Hey, that Mama Juana is
That's
on
dope.
point.
Bang.
That Mama Juana's on point.
Tony, invite your wife
to I have a cigar group on Facebook called Pretty Wild Puffin. That's my brand. So
What is it called?
Pretty Wild Puffin.
Baby, follow Pretty Wild Puffin.
and she can promote to the ladies. I made
The group ideally, in reference to women smokers for Sister Leaf Global Movement. So she's welcome to join the group and promote her cigars how much ever she would like to.
Now, do we have a Pretty Wild Puffin cigar line or no?
I have a line of accessories and things that I make from Pretty Wild Puffin, but I do not have a cigar. I do have Monique Henderson makes cigar bands and matches when I do events, but I don't have a significant cigar that alludes to Pretty Wild Puffin, to answer your question.
And I think if you have a brand and you have a follower, I think so I'm assuming that you probably doing events and stuff like that to sell your merchandise.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think a cigar to couple with those events will probably be a great thing. Get with me and let's see how we can frame this in a way to make it advantageous for you to be able to have that line, especially if your ladies are following you and they're buying the merchandise, they'll probably buy the cigar from you too. You need to influence it. You know your people. So we need to design something that your people would like and put it together. I believe everybody that has a brand that's in the cigar industry should have some type of product. I was preaching that to the lounges. These lounges will sell 100 different brands of cigars, but not
they don't have their own.
And I never understood that. Why would you not have a cigar with your lounge on it? Something that's yours.
No, real talk. I mean, the lounge that I'm at now, we have they designed a brand with somebody else, and I mean it's top 5 in the lounge.
Yeah, and
people that's out of town come in, and when they see it, they say, "Oh, y'all got your own brand? Yeah, let me get that. Let me get both."
And if they like the lounge and they follow the lounge, they're gonna migrate towards that lounge product anyway, because they know that it's just not a run of the mill product. This is something that the lounge is standing behind. So if the lounge thinks enough of it to put their brand on it, then it's probably going to be good if they put it in the humidor beside all the other brands. So I think every lounge should have should have their own product.
Yeah, you need to have a house stick, especially something great.
Sure, and because that opens up other avenues too. All right, once you get your own product, now if you want to move to the online game, that's open for you with your own products. And when you go in, these lounges now are showing up at cigar events. They're showing up at these festivals and they're having tables. At that festival, you should have 80% of your own cigars out there, because when a person takes it, it's not just about the sales that day. When a person takes that cigar back, you're advertising all the way to the point where they pull this label off and throw it in the trash. So that brings more awareness to your lounge. Everywhere you go, if you smoke a cigar in a lounge next to someone, if they haven't seen that cigar, they're going to ask you about it. So if you say, "Hey, I got this is XYZ Lounge's cigar that they, this is their house cigar or whatever," they're going to go and look for that cigar from XYZ Lounge, or they may visit XYZ Lounge, and see what they're all about. So it keeps your name, it keeps the lounge's name in consumers' mouth when they're not in the lounge. So,
and I would say this, Tony, man, I gave one of my guy, D over at Sip Cigar here, man. I gave him one of your cigar to try, and he was like, "Hey, that's a good cigar." So I'm pretty sure he probably be in touch with you real soon. But he definitely thoroughly enjoyed that. Thoroughly enjoyed the cigar.
Okay, that's great, man. That's great. Like I say, we're gonna continue to try to make good products. One thing we do with our cigars now, everything's all natural. When you get a cigar from Selenne Cigars, you're getting tobacco and water. We use all natural vegetable gum to hold it together. We don't process with oil, anything like that. You're getting, a lot of the factories now are going to oil to give the cigars that smooth look. No, you're gonna get some imperfections in some of these because you're getting a natural product. It's like if you go to Whole Foods, the fruit in Whole Foods look a little different than the fruit in other places because they're not using all of that stuff to make it shine and to make it pretty and all of that. And in this day where you're getting all these chemicals and everything, it should be satisfying to know that, hey, when you're buying a Selene product, you're getting tobacco and water, nothing else.
So I was talking to a guy. It's been about a month or two ago, and that's my dog here barking. He was telling me that a lot of cigars, some cigars, they're using something called glyco. Well, it's something that makes the ages the cigar.
Well, it doesn't age it. It makes it appear. What they're trying to do is, and I know exactly what you're talking about. What they're trying to do is they're doing shortcuts instead of letting the cigar the tobacco properly age. Before they put it in the cigar, because once you put the tobacco in the cigar, it's not aging anymore. Now it's just resting. Once you roll it, the tobacco is no longer aging. So instead of waiting till that tobacco matures and get to that point where, because you'll be able to tell the differences in the color, the texture, or whatever, they're putting chemicals on it to speed up the process. But the chemicals, the thing in the aging process is not only the look of the tobacco leaf. As the tobacco ages, the nicotine levels, kind of go down a little bit. The ammonia and byproducts that's natural to the tobacco, those dissipate over. That's why, anything under 2 years, you can taste that ammonia inside because ammonia is a natural byproduct of the tobacco. So you can put all this pretty stuff on it, all this extra stuff to try to speed it up, but you're making it look like it's ready, but it's not actually ready. And when a guy that's a serious smoker, when you smoke it, you can tell young tobacco from old tobacco. If you can't tell by the taste, you can tell by the lightheadedness you get or whatever in your chest or whatever. You can tell that. So you don't want to cut corners. You want to let the tobacco get 2.5 to 3 years old before you start putting it inside of a cigar. And then once you roll that cigar, you still want to. Now, I don't believe a cigar needs to rest a year. I think if you can rest a cigar in the right humidity for about 30 to 40 days, I think it's optimal where you can smoke that cigar and get maximum utility out of it at that point. But that varies based on the tobacco. Lighter cigars, lighter tobacco, your Habano, your Connecticut shades and stuff like that, they reach their peak a lot faster than the darker tobacco leaves, like the Maduro and the Corojo and stuff like that. So it's really hard to tell. That's why it's just best not to play games with it. You can buy a year and a half old tobacco for a lot cheaper than 3-year-old tobacco because that farmer or that broker held it for a year or whatever, so the price is gonna reflect that or whatever. So a lot of people just going and getting that cheap tobacco, and when you taste ours, you can taste that fullness, that creaminess. We're not using young tobacco.
All right. So and let me ask another question because I ran into this about 2 months ago. So how people go out, right? You get a fresh, they can come to the DR and get a fresh hand rolled cigar, right? So how do you compare that to one that's set? Like do some people prefer the fresh hand roll, right? Because it's going to be different within 2 months. or 3
It's going to
months?
be different within a week. A freshly rolled cigar is still wet in the inside. You can't roll a dry cigar.
Right.
The first thing you do
Is it a longer smoke? And I'm asking because I'm going into something else, so I want to make sure I'm getting the right.
I don't. You. It may not be as much of a consistent smoke when they start getting hard in the middle and stuff like that. But I don't really think. Maybe it is a longer smoke since the tobacco is wet. I don't smoke a lot of fresh cigars. Even at our factory, I take a couple puffs off of it, but I don't want to smoke a whole fresh cigar because I know we had to soak those wet. We had to wet those leaves, and to get them to after you roll it, when you sit that cigar in the humidor to let it rest, what you're doing is you're letting all that water and natural tobacco oil, you're letting the cigar itself is going to push all that stuff out. And you need time for that to come out of the cigar. You don't want to smoke that. You see, if it's real fresh, you notice it's the smoke is like a darker color, like a black, a darker color. Okay. You don't want that. You want that nice light gray, smoke or whatever. So
you want to ferment a little.
Say again?
You want it to like kind of ferment a little before you smoke it.
Well, you want all of that excess humidity to leave from the cigar.
Right.
Before you smoke it, before you even put it in cellophane. We don't package cigars until they're actually ready to ship. You don't want to package it. You just want to sit it and let it rest on the shelf until it pushes all of those impurities out of it.
Now let me ask this question. I don't know if you want to ask yours first or Z.
Oh no, I was just gonna say. So when we did the barber pole, when they did the barber pole, we received them within 20 days of them rolling. So when I smoked it, right, when we first received them and I smoked it, everybody know on here I'm not the connoisseur, but when I smoked it, I knew it was a difference.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, this is what y'all talking about, right? This almost like a fresh hand rolled cigar because I could tell like something wasn't the same, right? And when I smoke it now, it's totally different. But
it's totally different. You can get the cigar and continue to rest it, where you are. But once you start putting that cellophane on there and you stop that resting process, it's kind of hard to get that back. You kind of want the cigar to be where it needs to be before you package it. You can't package a cigar, ship it, let it, then 2 weeks later saying I'm gonna take it out and rest it. I mean, it helps, but it'll never be the way it would be if you let it sit on that shelf and get that real time to rest.
Okay. Now my question is this right here: cellophane or no cellophane, doesn't make a difference.
Well, in what ways? For storage, you definitely the cellophane is porous. So your cigar can kind of breathe and take humidity inside the cellophane, not as much if it was just outside of it. But so when you want to store a cigar for a long time, it's best to take that cellophane off and put it in your humidor and just let it rest the right way. Now, if you're shipping cigars and you're moving around with cigars, the cellophane protects the cigar. Not people say, oh yeah, from people touching and all that, but not just that. You're just moving around in the boxes, and so the cellophane is your friend. But when you receive that cigar, when you receive that box of cigars, if you're not going to smoke those cigars immediately, in the first month or so, take them out the cellophane, and put them in your humidor and let them rest. When you'll see it. When you store it for long lengths of time, you'll kind of notice that the cellophane will start to turn yellow or whatever, or brown. That's the cigar is trying to do its thing. You're stopping it, so it's trying to push all of that stuff out of it.
Is that the humidor trying to do its thing and the cellophane not allowing it?
No, that's the actual that brownness, that tint that you see, that starts from the inside of the cigar. That's the humidor is working because the cigar is resting, and when the cigar is resting, what it's doing is pushing all that excess humidity out of it. So you'll notice, that's why you notice that brown. That's a cigar pushing all the impure, all of the excess stuff out of it.
Yeah,
Y'all
and
got me saying these
me and
words.
Green might be asking.
Hey,
We might be asking.
that damn.
Is it better
That look again to him.
Humidor?
Say again.
Is it better to keep the cellophane on the cigar in the humidor? And I think kind of me and Green kind of on the same question. Like,
well, that depends. If you think you're gonna smoke them in a month or so, just put them in there with the cellophane. But if these some cigars you think you're gonna buy a box, and this box you're gonna smoke maybe one here, one there, and this box may last you 3 months because you're smoking other cigars, at the same time, take them out the cellophane, and
okay,
you know what? Do this experiment, and then you'll be able to see. Get 2 cigars at the same time. Take one out of the cellophane and leave the other one in the cellophane. Come back after a month and try both of them. And I guarantee you're gonna love the performance of that one that was outside of the cellophane. When I say performance, you're not going to have to keep relighting it. You're gonna love that. In let's say if it was properly constructed in the first place, you're gonna love that performance better. The taste is gonna be a lot smoother, a lot more even, because the cigar was able to dispel all of that extra humidity.
Gotcha.
But now, if you're moving around, the cellophane, I'm a big fan of cellophane because I think it really protects the cigar from a lot of things, more than just people touching it.
Right. Okay.
Gotcha.
But I'll go on the record for saying that, if you're gonna smoke them within a month, cellophane, no cellophane, doesn't matter as long as you have them in a controlled environment. Now, if you have one of these little humidors that you're opening the doors on all the time and you're doing this, keep it in the cellophane, because what the cellophane is going to do is going to regulate it. It is porous, so your cigar won't have that shock of low humidity, high humidity, low humidity, high humidity. It'll stay, in one way. But if you like me and you got humidors that you put stuff in and you kind of like push them away, then definitely take them out of the cellophane. Did I answer your question, or did I confuse you more?
Oh no, that was a perfect answer. Just because everybody on the panel know I've been, doing this, opening the cigar lounge during the day, and I'm learning a lot more. So I'm trying to continue to learn kind of how things work as far as the humidors and things like that. I was a guy that when I started smoking cigars, I would just go out and smoke cigars at night. I don't know how to take care of them, none of that. I just know, hey, give me one of them, and I'm drinking.
Right, right, yeah.
You know what I mean? I have no idea what it does what it takes to take care of anything. So now that I'm involved a little more within the culture, I'm trying to understand as much as I can. So.
And to put it into context, the Cubans have been known for having some of the best cigars in the world, and they didn't use cellophane. So
the reason why I asked that question, because a lot of people was asking me, was you saying Cuban? Like the Cohibas, you never see them in a cellophane.
Right. They never use cellophane. I don't know if that was more of the economy, but Cubans never use wooden boxes either.
Right.
So, Cubans use cardboard boxes. Cubans use triple caps to protect them, because, moving them around in that box is real easy for the cigars to get damaged and unravel and stuff like that. So, you have to just put everything into perspective of what it was. A lot of it may have been the economy, for using cellophane. Maybe it was just something that, they never got to before,
It's definitely quality control. That's a quality control move.
Right, it's a quality control. I still don't think Cubans use wooden boxes. And the box is another thing. When you go out, I see people now starting to put cigars in all these little types of, weird boxes and all of that. Tobacco is very sensitive. And if you put something in there if you put it in a pine box, you're gonna have a weird taste in your cigar. You know, that's why a lot of people use cedar or MDF, because MDF has no scent or whatever. So you have to be careful what you put your cigars in. If you put them in just a cheap box made out of some plastic, that material that wasn't designed for food grade products, your cigar is going to absorb those chemicals in that container. So when you go out and buy cigars from someone, you know, make sure they have it in something. If they don't have a traditional cigar box, make sure it's something that's food grade at least, because you don't want to sit something in something that's plastic or full of chemicals, and then you pull it out 3 months later and smoke it. So that's something that, and you'll notice, you know, if you store cigars and different things, you'll notice it plays with the taste of the cigar when you're actually consuming it. And so if you guys are thinking about starting your own cigar lines or whatever, don't cut the corners. Don't go out and get boxes from Amazon or whatever and just throw because they may be good boxes, but were they designed to store things that you're gonna consume? And that's what you have to ask yourself. Even some of these plastic containers they have, you know, are they food grade plastic or are they single use plastic items? And single use plastic, I don't know if you ever did any research on that like water bottles and little pouches and stuff. That stuff is not designed to store food long term, you know. So just those are things to just keep in mind as you're shipping your products, as you're buying products from other people. Um, it's still something that you consume. So you have to be cautious what you're putting in your mouth.
Makes sense. Makes sense. So man, I was listening, man. I'm taking all of them, man. Like I told everybody, you know, it's gonna be a wealth of knowledge, that's gonna be dropped tonight, and you know, I get knowledge every time I talk to you, Tony. But this hand rolled empire, um, you know, what are we talking about when we talk about the hand rolled empire?
Well, you know, when I wrote that book, that was when I had I was at my time when I had witnessed a lot. I had learned a lot. And I was writing something for people to use as a guide if they wanted to enter the cigar industry. You know, so when you go out and read that book, it's not going to be my life story or anything like that. It's going to be all about making a profit in the cigar industry, and you know, and the things you're going to have to look at as far as regulations, as far as marketing and sales, as far, you know, it's all about that. It's even product prices. Most people don't understand how much money they have tied up in a product when they go and sell it, and so you have to take all of that in, you know. So um, that book is designed just as a roadmap, a blueprint for, you know, starting to see. It may not answer every question you have, but it definitely addresses some of the more serious things that could cause your downfall starting a cigar company if you don't pay attention to regulations, state cigar taxes, you know, some of your things you can get in trouble with on the marketing side. You know, even I think it even goes into, it's been a while, you know, I haven't even touched it in a while, but I think it goes into you know, how to market to lounges or stores, what to expect. And the biggest thing of that is having your product price in a way where you can make the product you know, you can make the product attractive to them, because it's a very competitive market. So you have to cross all of your T's and dot all of your I's if you actually want to be, you know, long term in this industry. That's why I was telling Sin about product registration. That's important. You go out and pitch to some of these companies, they won't even talk to you if your product is not registered, if you don't have barcodes, if you don't, you know, some of the smaller lounges don't even deal with it. But some of your larger ones, they're gonna want product registration. They're gonna want you to have some type of insurance for, you know, if your product causes harm somewhere to somebody. And those are things that you want to have in place. It's just building a company is the same as building anything else. You need a good, solid foundation to build on. So the hand rolled empire, it was designed to help people, get the knowledge to build that solid foundation so you won't get off running your company and, and then learn all these lessons the hard way. And then your company, implodes because you didn't know about this, or you didn't understand this, or you didn't register in this state and you didn't do this, so that's what it's about. It's not the Bible for cigars, so it's not going to answer every question, but it will give you a general idea of how to start your company. Now, since the book is a few years old, some of the things in there on taxes and regulations have changed. I was thinking about doing a revision next year since we passed new cigar laws and stuff, and they've separated cigars out from they separated premium cigars out from the rest of the tobacco products and OTBs and stuff like that. And so those regulations are really in our favor. I know you guys seen them on the screen and probably just kept going, but those are really in cigar companies' favor because cigars had a stigma attached to them, the same as any other tobacco product. But now the government has recognized that, hey, cigars shouldn't be in this category. Premium cigars shouldn't be in this category with your Swisher Sweets or your cigarettes or whatever, because this is a different product. But the definition of premium, that definition, that ruling that came down a couple months ago was huge, because most people think premium is price, and it's not. Premium has nothing to do with price. They think, oh, you buy a $20 cigar, it's premium. No, premium is an actual definition for a long filler cigar that's rolled by hand. Or now, in their definition of rolled by hand, at least one of the processes, or at least some of the process, has to be done by hand. It can't be a machine roll product like a Swisher Sweet or King Edwards or something like that. So it has nothing to do with price. A lot of guys are out here paying $18 and $20 for short filler cigars, and short filler cigars are not premium cigars. They don't fall in that category, and that category is important because you're taxed based on that category. Premium cigars have a different tax rate, a better, more advantageous tax rate than the non-premium cigars. So it's real important to understand that the FDA definition of premium cigar. And when you go into these stores and lounges, don't be afraid to ask them. Say, hey, is this a short filler cigar? Is this classified as a premium cigar? Ask these questions, because you have to consume that product and you need to know what you're consuming. So you can't just go by the price, because as we know in the cigar industry, a lot of the marketing and pricing is based on how people like the company. How does that brand compare to other brands? And that's what they're setting their pricing on. Some of those $30 cigars, are no better than some of these $12 cigars, But if you're willing to pay for it from that company, then you'll go out and pay for it just because you like that product, that you like that company, or that company has a big name in the cigar industry.
Yeah, it's marketing. Everything comes down to marketing. Everything
comes down to marketing.
When
we get so caught up in the prices, we start to associate the price with the quality, and that's not true. That's why you can go and buy $18, $20 cigar and not be happy with it. And when I say not be happy, I'm not saying with the taste, because that's completely different, but you may not be happy with the construction. The cigar may not perform. You may have to light that thing 20 times, while you're smoking it, So don't get caught up on brands, especially, and try some of your boutique cigars, because they can focus more. If they're doing it right, they can focus more on quality than the larger cigar companies. If they go out and buy all this tobacco and they have to make 100,000 cigars a day or whatever, they're going to use every leaf that they purchase. A boutique company is not under that kind of strain. We can select our leads. We can only use, I mean, we can say we're only going to use the best leads. We're going to, push these leaves to the side or whatever, or maybe, sell them to somebody that's making short filler cigars, because that's the deal with short filler. A lot of the short filler cigars are made from the reject tobacco, so you're not gonna you're not gonna take your best tobacco that you paid a lot of money for and go and make a flavored cigar with it. You're just not gonna do it. You're definitely not gonna make an $8 cigar with it because it just wouldn't be advantageous for you to do that. So so when you talk to your tobacconist, ask questions about the cigar, not just about the company. Ask questions about the cigar because these big companies are starting to push cigars that, because they know most of the industry is uninformed and they're just buying cigars because, oh, I heard this company was great or whatever. And they're starting to push bad products onto their consumers. Now, when I say bad, I'm not saying that it's going to cause you harm and nothing like that, but you're definitely not getting what you're paying for. It costs the same thing to make a $50 cigar as it costs to make a $15 cigar. So everything else you're paying is because that company has set the price because maybe they have distributors or middlemen and all of that. The larger the company is, the more hands touch the cigar before it gets to the end consumer. So that's why your larger companies come out with bigger prices because they're not on the ground. I mean, they have distributors and salesmen and all these people pushing their products. Well, everyone that plays a role has to get paid. And so it doesn't mean that cigar is better. It just means that, that cigar probably, a lot more people had to get paid from it.
True.
Does that make any sense to you guys? Or
Oh yeah,
that makes perfect sense. So where can where can folks get the book? Because I went out to my Audible site and I didn't see it. So where can they get the book?
It's on Amazon. I think the only way now is no hard copies anymore. The only way now to get it is through Amazon as far as Kindle or some type of EPUB or whatever on the Amazon site. But you can, if you go on Amazon and you type in a Hand-Rolled Empire, it'll come up. It's still there. People still buy it. I still see. I still receive notifications from people getting the book. So it's out there. But maybe we'll do hard copies again. We didn't do a lot of hard copies when we did it. I didn't buy the ISBN. And I didn't like the deal Amazon had for using theirs. So we did a short run of them and we just didn't do it anymore. But maybe when I do a revision, I'll buy my own ISBN and that way I can push the book out at shows and events and maybe get them in different places. I know a lot of people like to read physical books instead of, just looking at the tablet or the screen. So we'll work on that. That'll be something I'll put. This year I'm pretty enough task this year, but that maybe something early next year we may be able to get a revision out and get a hard copy, out to people.
Well, it is. You are correct. It is still on. It is on Amazon. So it is titled on Amazon the Hand-Rolled Empire, the Cigar Brand Blueprint. Yeah, I'll get that ran, Tony, man, because again, it's a lot of the knowledge you have, and like I said, from meeting from day one to up to now, it's a lot of good knowledge out there that people need to know. If we're going to do this thing, we're going to continue to smoke these cigars, or if we're going to venture into making our own cigars, or what the case may be, there's still a lot of the education piece that we still need to know.
Right, and a lot of people that's been in the game on the production level, they have the same knowledge, but they're not going to share it with you. I'm all for helping. I'm all for spreading it. I'm all for, if anybody wants, it's not for me to decide who has a brand, or if you want a brand and you want to put your money behind it, then let's get you a brand. So I don't care about the market competition because, like I said, it's $7 billion industry. It's enough out here for everybody. So
Yeah.
I'll give you, anybody can call me. Well, no, let me take that back. anybody can reach out to me.
You've been through that already.
Yeah, I've been through that already, man. People call me at 3:00 in the morning asking me, so how long does Maduro stay on the leave, on the plan? I'm like, okay. It's 3 a.m., right? But if you're actually serious and you're trying to make your way in the cigar industry, don't just call me to test my knowledge because I know enough about cigars. I don't need you to test my knowledge. So, but if you're actually serious about doing something, if it's something I can do to help you, even if you're not buying the product from us, if you're looking at doing something and you just wanted some suggestions or whatever, or maybe you bought a cigar from somewhere else and you just wanted some boxes or something, if it's something I can help you with, as long as it's not something I have to fund for you, yeah, I'll help you all day, because we can be successful in this industry. That's why I keep this American flag behind me, because I see it's a few companies making cigars, and especially America 250, and they're marketing, to us and all that, but these aren't even Americans, So why not buy how many people are going to go out and buy an America 250 cigar this summer from a cigar company that the owner probably isn't American, doesn't want to live in America, hasn't served in the military, maybe doesn't have any U.S. ties except for selling their products over there.
Yeah, they bought a Trump phone.
Right, so, well, I ain't gonna go there.
Hey, man, we in the second hour, bro. And so, listen, I don't even feel like I asked a second hour question.
Okay,
but I'm going there because it's Red Cup Wednesday, and I can't disappoint the people that watch it every week. So, you had a factory. You started out with a factory. Did you run this factory like Nino Brown, where people couldn't take nothing? And I need you to understand where I'm going with this.
Did I run it like Nino Brown?
Did you run it like Nino Brown in New York City, where y'all rolling these cigars? But I gotta make sure.
Were they in there with no shirts on? Is that what you're asking? I think if I would have had them in there with no shirts on, I probably would still have that factory going. So I think that's the biggest thing. You need eyes on at all times, because you get guys that roll one for you, one for them. So
two for me, one for you.
Yeah.
Because you in the DR, and every man on here know where I was going with that. It's the second hour Red Cup Wednesday. They see this shit every week. So I
tell you what. To answer your question indirectly and not upset my wife, I will say this, that the majority of the people in the cigar factories are probably female. I would say that mostly every factory. Now, but that being said, it is tedious work, and it does require, some touch, some soft hands.
You said it was tedious work?
So hold on. Hold on. Let me say this. Miss Washington. Miss Washington.
It's tedious work out here.
Miss Washington, this is not Tony. This is the Red Cup crew. So please do not hold Tony accountable for anything that the people around him.
Exactly. It's not him.
It's not him.
Red Cup.
Yeah. Well, now my wife rolls cigars too. My wife's a great cigar roller, and maybe sometimes she may roll in inappropriate attire sometimes, but
for you, yeah,
for me here at the house.
Yeah.
Sometimes she'll just put something together at the house, you know.
We're not gonna rank up to that because
that's
I got an extra bedroom downstairs, Tony. You know, if you need to you slide through, man. I got you, bro. I got you.
I got an extra one in the crib too, man. I got you, Tony. Anytime you come through.
There we go. But I mean, it's a lot of females in the industry, but you know, as a company owner, you can't really get caught up into all that because you know you pay these people, you know. So yeah, so you can't really get caught up into all that, but you definitely want to hire more females than males, definitely.
So Z,
doesn't keep your product safer, but you know.
Z, no Nino Brownism going on.
No Nino Brown going on.
No Nino Brown, no Frank Lucas, none of that.
I'm just saying, man.
No Frank Lucas, but
I got you.
Yeah, but you know when you guys come and visit, you all grown men, so you welcome to have any images or in your head anything that you want to visualize while you walking around. You know, you go ahead and visualize.
No, hey, the only one on this panel can have those images is me.
Is you? Why is that?
Because I'm the only single one on this damn panel.
Man, I think married people have more of those images than single. You know, being single is like when you remember when you was too young to buy alcohol, and so the thrill was getting the alcohol, getting somebody to buy it, you know, doing this. But then when you got of age, it wasn't no thrill no more, and going to get the alcohol, right? So I think being married is something like that. It's just in reverse.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if I'm not back next week, it's because my business manager has canceled her.
You know she upstairs.
Right. And my business manager.
I think married men fantasize more about women than single men. Because single
if
men
I'm not back next week, ladies and gentlemen, because my
welcome to the third hour, goddammit.
Now let's be honest. We all found it. The whole definition of a fantasy basically is around something that you can't have or can't have easily or whatever. A single man don't have that problem.
Right.
So I think as a married man, I think married men, I remember my married life and I remember my single life. I think when I was single, I never.
You better remember your married life.
Huh?
Hey, the American flag started real hard
because it was always there. Just like when you turn 21, it's no thrill and you don't have fantasies about going, buying alcohol or cigars or whatever, because it's there. It's just there. So I don't know. My wife looking at me crazy, like,
better stop.
Hey, don't drink no damn more. Don't you pour another damn drink.
Hey, no more Mama Wama.
No more, no more Mama Wama.
I promoted this live, and I don't even know who's watching this. My mom might be watching this live. Mama,
Tim.
None of them.
Tim, I got to say this to you. When me and Peach was out, when I was in Atlanta the other day. We are celebrities because this guy said he was watching, right? And then he saw us, he was like, y'all from the Red Cup Wednesday. So we was like, so we got noticed, So like he said, you don't know who's watching. And he recognized us. So he said we're gonna tell you, we are celebrities, We got noticed.
If I go to work tomorrow and somebody asks me, so tell me about these fantasies, I'm gonna be like, oh my God.
Now, hey, you're gonna get asked that when you get off here. So what fantasies are you having? You're gonna get asked that question.
Hey man, I was asking because I want to make sure I can have like a rolling after dark party.
Hey man, I think that's something that we can put together on a private platform that's not regulated like social media, like a platform like say only VCO. We may be able to put a live rolling out the door, you know.
Yes, sir.
Hey, y'all see how he rocking back and forth now, right? Y'all see how he rocking back and forth.
Man, I got eyes just staring at me right now.
Yes,
and I'm just sitting here like,
hey, that's why I asked the right questions, bro. I asked the questions.
I'm just sitting here like, how I'm gonna explain this?
You ain't.
Yeah.
Hey, look, just go lay down. Just go lay down. Just go lay down, bro.
Hey,
so you guys reach out to me, you don't get an answer. Call somebody. Check on me.
That's right.
Hey, I'll call you tomorrow, Tony.
Yeah, check on me. Make sure I'm still here, man. Tim, I'm gonna leave my inventory to you. I'm gonna write it tonight on a piece of paper. Try to sell that inventory and try to give my daughter something. And tell her that's from my dad.
I got you.
Hey, we coming up on the time, Antonio. What we want to do is we want to ask you about your outlook on 2026. We know you're doing a lot of big things. What's your plan for the rest of the year for everything that y'all doing with so I'm mixing
Selene.
So now I'm mixing the middle name, Sayone and Selene.
Selene, yeah.
Yeah. So what's the plan for Sayone and Selene Cigars for the rest of 2026?
Well, this fall we definitely want to get some more U.S. presence. So we want to do some cutting lights and get introduced to some events. Get in some of these smoke outs and stuff like that. We definitely want to put travel in back more to the United States in our plans for this fall. So we've been talking about that. One of the biggest things that I'm working on is I'm creating a website, a neutral website for boutique cigar companies to be able to have one centralized platform where they can promote and sell their products. Because one of the biggest challenges for a boutique cigar company is getting placement. There's no shelf placement for boutique cigar companies. A lounge, a store may have one or two in there, just as a novelty, but it's no consistent shelf spaces for us. So what I want to do is develop a platform. Well, I've actually already developed a platform. The platform is just not live, but it's the business plan for it is already there. The site is already built. I just have so many things going that we can't push that direction right now. But I want to offer guys that have these small companies an opportunity to be on one site, promote your product, push it, and in our business plan we have centralized fulfillment. So that way it'll be like Amazon for cigars. Basically, we'll have your products, customers will order, we'll ship it, like that. Now we won't purchase the product, but you're gonna store it there. We're gonna have a storage agreement, and then when we fulfill it or you sell it or whatever, it's payments come to you for your products. But I think that's going to be huge for boutique cigar companies, because they'll have a chance to get that exposure, to be on a place that's getting nationwide exposure, instead of just being in that local or regional area that they're forced to be in. Most of the boutique cigar companies don't even have a web presence at all. So everything that they sell is just, hand-to-hand sales. And so that's something that we're definitely going to try to get live and active. We still have to talk to some lawyers, still some things as far as, regulations or whatever. Tobacco is real tricky on pass-through sales and licenses and stuff like that. But that's definitely a big plan for a release for early 2027. For 2026, we have the Antaeus is probably going to release, and it's already rolled. It's probably, our initial rolling. So we'll probably start releasing those around November 2026. But I want to have some fun. I want to be at some events and shows and do cutting lights at lounges. I've been in the business part of it, and I just want to get back to having fun again. So when I go out and do these things, that's fun for me. I get to take a break. I get to come out. So if you guys have anything going on this fall, invite us. I mean, we'll come out. It doesn't have to be $1 million event with 300,000 people. We just want to get into having fun again. So that's what we want to do this fall, and it's good for the company to get more exposure, especially since we don't have a large footprint in the cigar lounge world. We've been in lots of lounges, but that's the thing with boutique cigars. They run you for 3 or 4 months and they take you out. They run you for 3 or 4 months and take you out. So I'm all into getting in more lounges. I'm all for doing more events, even little social events, small gatherings and stuff like that. So I want to focus more on that. We have some white labeling going on. We have we have a few steady customers there. I would love to get more customers to make their cigars with us. And put us to the test. If we can't make a cigar that you think you can make money on, then you owe us nothing. You come here, we put a cigar together for you. If you don't like this cigar, you owe us nothing. So put us to the test. Let's see if we can make something that you can sell and be profitable. But and that's it. I'm gonna smoke a lot of cigars. I'm gonna have a lot of fun, and hopefully, I meet a lot more people in the cigar community. Because even something like this, Tim invited me. This is my first podcast ever, so on on any subject,
Red cup.
yeah, I just don't do it. And nothing against it. I just I'm more I'm more behind the scenes in what I do. And so I like this. You may see me on more of these if guys reach out or whatever. So but I watch Tim's show. I sit up and watch it. Sometimes I type comments. I type comments. This guy don't even read my comments. When I talk to him, I say, Tim, I be typing comments. Tim say, brother, I'm on YouTube. I'm on this. I'm on this. He's like, I got comments coming from everywhere.
He does the same way when he doing something else. Trust me.
Yeah. So I was but it was a pleasure being on this show. I really appreciate it. I got off work and came right home so I could be here in time, and I appreciate it. And if you guys ever want to have me back on, I'll be more than happy to come on. Hopefully, have some more interesting stuff to talk about. Go and get that. If you're watching this, go and get that America 250, that Veterans Tribute. Have it for the 4th of July. It's going to be a great cigar. If you buy the box, it's a beautiful box that is going to come in that you can keep for years to come. The U.S. is only going to turn 250. Oh, that is a beautiful cigar. The U.S. is only going to turn 250 once. And so most of us that's watching this now, we won't be here when it turns 300. So in the next, 50 years. So get this keepsake. I guess Tim has a code that's going across the bottom of the screen that gets you 10% off. Anybody, I said during the show, but anybody tonight that spends at least $100 will send you a free tumbler, one of those 4-dragon tumblers, and just keep us in your rotation. Tim's code is not going to expire when the show ends. You can use that code anytime you want, as long as we're a company. As long as Tim is a cigarologist, his code is going to work at our company. So go out and get your cigars. And I might have to get some more codes for it. What is it? 1, 2, 3. I have to get some more codes. I might have to get a Red Cup Wednesday code or whatever.
Yeah, the Red Cup Theory code, bro. Yeah, you definitely the Red Cup Wednesday.
Red Cup Wednesday code. There we go.
Red Cup
and
Wednesday.
For you guys that have your other products, your non-cigar products, get with me. There's some things we may be able to to put on the website, commission free or whatever. You know, any expenses shipping would all come from you or whatever. But that's some things that it costs us nothing to place it on our website. You would have to, you know, we would have to work out the taxes or whatever. But it may be a good way because people order from our site all day, every day. So even if they don't buy it from there, they'll see it. They'll see your product placed on there. So that's something. I won't do cigars on this site. I will do them on my new site that I've created, the brand neutral site. But if you have other products, like Miss Hollywood has some products, and I know Cloud Bros has some products because he gave me a tank top. Man, I put that tank top on, man, I felt buff. So I walked around with that tank top on, and my wife said, "What does that say?" I said, "Don't worry about what it says." So
look at me, just look at me,
straight up.
And now,
That's what's up.
We work with a company called Frame Greetings out of Miami. And they do a lot of our print and promotional stuff. So if anybody wants to reach out to Frame Greetings to get, you know, things, artwork or whatever, you know, I'll post the email address, and you guys can reach out to them. They actually make these tumblers for us. So if you guys are interested in things like that, reach out to Frame Greetings and you know, put a product together and bring it to market, you know. So but that's my spiel, guys. I've had a great time. I appreciate your patience. I know I get long-winded, so I'll digress.
All good, man. Hey, listen, we appreciate it. We're glad you came on. Like I said, man, red cup to everything that you brought to the table. So we're going to give it to Pretty Wild Puffin. What you got going on for 2026, man?
First and foremost, I want to say thanks, Tony, for coming on. I have much respect for you. My father was a fellow Army man. You know, happy Father's Day, which is coming Sunday.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. I will definitely get some of your cigars so that I too can partake. Since Tim and Sin has, you know, I want to be a part of that. I have.
Wait a minute, Tim didn't send you something?
Oh, see, I ain't even have to say nothing. I was about to ask you how many cigars you sent Tim.
Tim.
See, y'all thought I was bullshit.
Tim.
Hey,
I haven't had the pleasure, but I've heard nothing but good things about your cigars.
In Sin's defense, I've been moving. I'm in a new spot. I have not been able to send out cigars. I've been sitting on them. I will send y'all a stick.
You ain't send nobody nothing.
Get the school fees.
Yeah, I'm not dry snitching. I haven't had your cigar as of yet, but I look forward to smoking one. I'm a tobacconist, certified sommelier, so I, you know, want to partake in smoking your cigar. It was an honor to meet you tonight. I take, you know, everything that you've said, you know, has been.
He said he had to step away for a second.
Okay.
So he cannot hear you.
Okay. So let's take a second for you. Sion Cigar.
Sayoni.
Give us Sayoni Cigars right now while we got you on.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to know about it?
You tell us what we need to know about it.
Well, like my husband said before, when I asked him for us to create this cigar was mostly because in my mind, I always was saying it's some females that would like to smoke a cigar, but they are not experienced in the cigar world, and some of them don't want to smoke like a big cigar or real strong cigar because, as I say, they are beginners. And I like because the lane that we made is a Lancero, and I think it's a little more aesthetic and they say it more fancy on a woman hand. For me personally, than a big cigar. So that's what I was like more in my mind at the moment. but he came back. I'm gonna let him hear. I don't talk too much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right,
Thank
pretty
you.
mouth muffin. Go ahead and finish it.
I wanted to do this podcast anytime you want to do it. I just saw the sales that came through while we were on this podcast. What? Miss Hollywood, my wife said you had a question for me.
No, I was just, just giving you your flowers, saying that, I have much respect for you. My father was in the Army as well, and I look forward to smoking your cigar. I heard you say tobacconist. I'm a certified sommelier tobacconist,
There you
and
go.
I, I want to partake so that I can have the experience of smoking your cigar, as Tim
Well,
and Sin has had.
Well, you definitely gonna have it since Tim didn't share with you. I'll make sure we get some to you, and maybe we can even find them on the shelf at you
Casa de
said you
Monte
worked
Cristo. I work for
at Casa de Monte Cristo. Maybe we can find them on the shelf there.
Hey.
One day if you like them. So
Absolutely. Yeah, but in addition to that, I would like to formally invite you out. We have festivals coming all year round. For 2026, we have Pink Summer Smoke that'll be happening next week in Miami. After that, it'll be Chicago Cigar Week in July. And then after Chicago Cigar Week, we have Charlotte Cigar Week, which will be in Charlotte in the Queen City in Charlotte, North Carolina. That's at the end of July. And then, closer if you come to the States. I've had the pleasure of coming down to DR. Tim introduced me to a gentleman down there in Dominican Republic, and I smoked his cigar as well. So I had a great time in the Dominican.
well,
In the DR.
Come back. We'll love to have you.
Okay.
I would say you probably have a better time with us than you have with him.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna come to the States in July. I usually come about every month and a half or so or whatever, but I'm gonna come in July.
Okay.
So if you have events around the first week in July, or I'll probably spend that first week there trying to promote this America 250. So if you have something going on there, invite me, because right now I do not have a destination. I had a commitment and they backed out, so I actually don't have a destination for the first week in July, but I know I will be in the States.
Okay. Well, I'm in the D, which is Detroit, Michigan. And when when
a lot of family up there.
Okay, great. Just let me know. We can connect. And then in November, we have Dallas Smoke Fest. So I'm an ambassador for those cigar festivals that I did mention. You're welcome to, inbox or, promote, as I said, in my cigar group on Facebook, which is Pretty Wild Puffin. I invited your wife, but you're more than happy, more than welcome to come in and promote and, display your platform so that the cigar smokers there can be educated and also, partake in your cigars as well.
And Dallas is Dallas is my biggest online market, actually. We used to have a big lounge presence in Dallas, but not anymore. But online right now, that's my biggest market. So maybe we can put something together for Dallas Cigar Week. It's always good going somewhere where you don't have to introduce your product to so many people that they are already familiar with it. So
I think Rockstar was on. I know for a fact that he's tuned in, so he gives something in October as well. So there's a lot of people on here that you could connect with.
Okay, and that'll work. Let's make sure we keep in contact and try to make some of that stuff, make some of that happen.
Definitely, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, I never met Cigar Rockstar. I saw him one night at Smoking Jacket, and he looked so famous. I didn't even want to talk to him.
Straight up.
Rockstar is a dope. He's a dope guy, man. Hey,
I was like, man, do I need to get with his publicist, or does he have? Do you just go up and talk to him, or how does that work?
One thing about Rockstar, he's very approachable, and he would definitely sit down and chop it up with you. He's dope in real life. You know, he's a great,
I seen him. I
great
seen how he
person.
carry himself. He seemed like a very fun guy.
Look at it. Look at that.
Look at him right there.
Yeah.
he is.
Yeah.
There you go. He seemed like a fun guy. I saw how he carried it. I was like, no, wait a minute. Oh, who is this? So he was asking me, who is that? I said, it's Cigar Rockstar. I said, is he a rock star for real? Oh,
Yeah.
He is.
Definitely is.
He's a fly guy, man.
Yeah,
Very down to
definitely.
earth.
Yeah.
He looked like a cool guy.
Yeah, he might be the Jimi Hendrix of this shit for sure.
But mostly when you see me in a cigar lounge, I'm in a corner somewhere. I don't really seek the attention. I'm off in a corner somewhere. So yeah, maybe I'll get with you and maybe connect with him, and we may be able to put an event together for for that Dallas Smoke Week or whatever. I would love to come up to Detroit. I reached out to some lounges. I had a couple lounges up there. I didn't get any real traction, but I would love to come up and come to all of your areas, really. And you guys take me to your lounges and introduce me personally. You know,
exactly. Yeah, that's definitely how it should work.
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
you gotta have a direct connect, man, in any line of business. Because everybody got an email, right? You send the email out, you never know who getting it, right? But if you got direct connect, they know who to tie it to. So
definitely. So
and I used to send out products until I went to a lounge one day and asked them about the samples I sent them, and I had sent them like
no clue what you
he hadn't even opened them. So
wow. But definitely, Tony, you know, it's been a pleasure. Is prettywhitepuffin@yahoo.com. Simple. Just reach out.
I got you.
Again, you know, I'm inviting you personally to, you know, come to my platform as well, and you can promote there. I have a lot of cigar smokers that love boutique cigars, and you know, from anything. You know, I heard you speak on the premium, but any brand that they feel that they've tried and it's a great cigar, they would love to partake.
And like I said with premium, premium doesn't have anything to do with price. It's just what falls in that actual definition of premium.
Absolutely.
So, and hopefully, and you're at Casa de Monte Cristo, so you understand the difference. Okay, that we'll hook up Puffin at yahoo.com, right?
prettywhitepuffin@yahoo.com. That's my email.
Okay, I got you.
All right.
That's what's up, man. So for me, nope, we gonna go to Red Cup Theory real quick, because I gotta do my little spiel. It's always Red Cup Theory, Grown Smoke Business. If you're ever on social media, man, you can go to Grown Smoke Business page. Same as Pretty Wild Puffin. You can promote your product on there, do whatever you need to do. So search Grown Smokes Business on Facebook. You can go to Red Cup Theory on IG. Anything you want to promote, collaborate on, we definitely with it. So that's what we do, man. But glad to have you on. We got a lot of good information. Ed Green, what you got for 2026?
I got the same, you know, ambassador for a couple of smoke events. Of course, you know, Chicago, Charlotte, St. Louis, Louisville, Dallas. So that's what I got on the horizon. Got my lined up lifestyle.
Yes,
That's
sir.
gonna be soon as they come in, I'm gonna get. I got that big giant one for Sin. I got that husky for Tim. You know, so
you got a tall and a wide.
Yeah, I got the extra husky, you know.
I don't normally chime in on that one. I had to help Ed out on that one.
Got an extra husky, man, because you know I saying I think I need the extra husky.
And I got the Prestige and Premier back online, so we'll be pushing that out also. So I'm just looking forward, and it was a pleasure meeting you, man. You gave me a lot of information. I'll use Alex Trebek. Watch out now. There he go. There he go. You see that smug look? That's what I'm gonna give you. Okay, but but you don't make me lose my train of thought now, man. Dang. But I will be, pushing my stuff out and getting everything. Like I said, it was a pleasure meeting you. You gave me a plethora of information that I can carry in my head and put it out there for myself to help myself along. But that's what I have. I'm definitely gonna connect with you. I'm definitely gonna hit your site up and everything. Get me some of those cigars in my humidor. So but that's it for Mr. Cigar.
That's what's up, man. Hey, we proud of you for doing the Windex on your lens, bro. Your shit.
It's all crystal clear tonight.
Clean tonight, ain't clean, boy. All right, Sam.
Hey, as always, Tony, thank you for coming on, man. It was an excellent pleasure meeting you in person and get a chance to, talk business with you, talk about the industry, talk about a lot of topics, man. You provided a wealth of knowledge to me about everything that we talked about, and then some, even tonight as well. Shout out to Tim for putting this Voltron crew together. Shout out to the hosts that weren't here tonight. Sal Kenyon from West Coast Gun Cigars, Peaches from Tatted Smoke. Everybody else is on here tonight. As always, man, it's always amazing to connect and expand our webs and connect your web to our web and be able to branch out and grab more people into what we're doing, especially with Selenne Virtual Cigar Lounge. I mean, I think that's going to be the future of our industry and our culture, what we're doing. So I applaud you for creating that platform for us because we're going to need it. I think so. In addition to that, man, I'm loving these cigars, Selenne Cigars. I can't wait to smoke the Seones. I've been saving them for Hollywood and Peaches because I know they love Lanceros, so I got to get them out to them. But it's been a pleasure, man. For me, rest of 2026, I got some things going on with the Smokeout series. I got a cigar drop in the East City, Charlotte, Louisville, and St. Louis. And then DFW for me, for my 5th year anniversary, Detroit/Fort Worth. But that's about it, man. Just looking forward to, things in the future, getting some stuff done, creating some more things, and, pretty much growing in the cigar culture and industry. So that's all I have. Shout out to all the viewers from Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and wherever Tim is streaming, we're on. Shout out to everybody that comes on, taps in with us, comments, and pays attention to all the things that we bring to the cigar culture and all the beautiful people that come on and impart their knowledge and wealth of knowledge onto others. So shout out to that. Red Cup's up to that. That's me.
That's what's up. Cloud Bros in the building. Cloud
Bros in the mouth.
That's
Cloud Bros in the mouth.
In the mouth all year. Tim Walker.
Mm-hmm.
God bless y'all and good night.
Just like that.
He done got that tap on the ceiling.
Them damn jaw heads. Right. All right, Tim. Thanks a lot.
Hey, man. Thank y'all, man. Hey, appreciate everybody. Again, to Sam's point, man, everybody tuning us week after week, man. Tony, man, I appreciate you, brother, man. We've been talking for a while. I look forward to continue our continued conversations. I know they're going to be very helpful in everything y'all do. But again, to Sam's point, everybody that tuned in, week after week, this is what we do. We love it. We love y'all. Appreciate it. Hey, and that's all I got. And of course, I let Ed Green do his thing.
Hold up for Ed before you go out. Before you go out, Ed. Shout out to all the fathers celebrating Father's Day. Fathers that are here and not here anymore. But make sure you guys take time out to celebrate the men in your life that are fathers because, they always downplay that holiday, but we do a lot of things behind the scenes, make a lot of sacrifices, blood, sweat, and tears that people don't get to see that need to be celebrated. So celebrate the men in your life that are fathers and just, applaud them for what they do.
Straight up.
And Juneteenth.
And expect a pack of draws, socks, and a top. With that being said.
I need cigars and bourbon.
There it is. Johnny Walker. All right, here we go. Heavenly Father, we come to you again as a Red Cup Theory, as a Red Cup family, and we ask you to continue to bless us. We thank you for bringing on our guest tonight, and we ask you to continue to bless him, to continue to cover him. and continue to cover us all here on this platform. And for everybody that's tuning in and watching us on each and every Wednesday that we come on. And we just ask you to continue to bless us, continue to watch over us, continue to wash us with your blood. And we ask this in your son, Jesus Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.
Go on.
That's what's up, man. Hey, like we always say, another Wednesday in the books.
Man down.
Y'all, we appreciate our and that's how we get down.
I didn't hear nobody say when they was coming to the Dominican Republic.
Oh, I'm coming. I'm coming.
I'm coming back.
December, January.
Hey, I'm coming, but I ain't supposed to say that. I'm not talking to nobody else about
I'll shoot you my date.
I'm gonna have
one of the brothers that post the pictures a month after you get back home.
With no conversation.
As soon as this woman and I unbox all this house, we'll make my way down there.
Definitely. I'll be there.
That's family, so it's all good. Another Red Cup Wednesday in the books, man. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
Peace.
Later.